the
Oh, he is old school.
Oh, you got to be fighter, don't you?
You like to do that all the time.
Lively, mate, innit?
Aye.
No show for
It's
you.
early in the morning.
Enthusiasm, mate.
It is early in the
Yeah.
morning.
Sunday.
You've finished with your tactics.
What you asked is like, it's a bit an afterthought, wasn't it? By the way, lads, we're
Sunday?
going out on Sunday if you want to come. So don't give me that nonsense.
I was
But
just
it used to
don't
when
give me
they've
that
been safe
nonsense.
because any bald guy in the
Any old
either in
guy?
the horseshoe, bald guy or the
Oh,
window
bald
bar,
guy.
he was back to the old Paul Slaney,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
slapping bald
Yes.
guys.
What?
No, no good.
Yes.
That's what
He's
I love.
back.
I don't know
The
what
wee
it
man's back.
I don't know what
Still
it's like.
left with 0 birds, but the wee
mean-
man's back.
I went through a craze another day looking for a
So
bald
you
guy.
were going about slapping baldy old men?
No. I had a wee,
His tongue, his tongue.
got a wee lemon. See the wee lemon for your drink. Just said it, and he just to see how he reacted. But they were alright, weren't they?
No, one guy was going to punch Bucket. One guy was going to punch
I wanted
Bucket.
to see him. That's why I kept thinking he's going to come through the door because he said he was going to pop through.
See that invite? I mentioned it to the missus in the Friday and it didn't get done too well. So I just, I played it right.
But you were shy on Sunday, weren't you?
But Shy,
Aye.
just reserved, mate. innit?
You've changed a wee bit,
I
no?
felt like you wanted to be noticed. I was more than happy just to.
And then he Faddy,
I was
honestly.
just sitting
So
there.
who was all like invited before us two scud books were invited?
It was
along?
very open, wasn't it? It was very open invitation.
Open invitation.
Aye.
Was it?
I'm sure we spoke about it last week now.
Aye, like, but it was organised before last week.
No, it wasn't. It was the
Did you
last one.
organise it
aye.
on Thursday?
Thursday.
Aye. So how did
So
everybody
who was
else
there?
know?
Me, you, Big Kelly, and Kim. You and him were getting on a house on
aye.
fire.
Aye. You were
Sheriff.
Sheriff? The big
Sheriff,
Sheriff?
aye, the
Aye,
Sheriff
he's not
was
on
there.
this podcast and he was invited. Them bells.
No, that
But
was...
see, the thing is with Kelly, mate, you could literally invite him a minute before you're going out and he'll turn up.
Aye, but...
He's
it
sitting
was-
by his phone just waiting on an invite, man.
So when was he invited, don't lie?
No, I swear, he was invited Sunday morning, mate. And he was
Shut
just,
up.
No,
I swear,
I'm not having it either, Faddy.
He was, mate. He was invited Sunday morning and he
Who
turned
else was
up.
there?
Aidan, Mick came for a bit. Kev was meant to come, but
Mick told me to sit the fuck down, didn't he?
he was
Sit
not
the
happy.
fuck
in the
down.
window,
Mick
man.
who?
Kennedy.
Oh.
Sit the fuck down, he said to me, because I was going a bit much. Sat down like a wee boy beside him.
See, I would have went the opposite way. If somebody tells you to sit down, I'd have went fucking tonto. when you might have your toe to go, sit down, I'm a fucking table would go up in it and all that. When you go the
I
opposite
just
way.
stood up for the full day night.
No
sit down.
Legs are killing you. Like.
Ah, brilliant.
Yeah, like, who's your favourite person ever to go out with? Football.
Football wise, it's an easy one for me. It's always been.
Durant.
Aye, whenever I'm in Vigilante's company, I have a good laugh.
Don't know, actually.
He's part of it, it's good, isn't it?
Very good. He's,
Is it? Aye, he's funny, isn't he?
he's very.
Slags you,
See, slags you big time.
Aye,
See,
I
when
like
he's
that.
on it, and he's got a few sherbets. Anybody that's in the vicinity gets it. By
He'd
the way,
100% tell you to sit down.
Is it-
Even though you were already sitting down.
by the way, I had a weekend I once. I fell back.
What, you can't?
Oh, me and the missus, aye.
No way, what, actual tongue?
No tongue, just it was very romantic. Morecambe Bay, Saturday night, midnight, walking round. It was brilliant. I forgot how good a laugh she is.
Just down on the
She's a great laugh, so she is. I need to spend more time with her. So
She is a great woman.
But she's a great laugh.
I'd marry her.
Do you know
I
something?
forgot how good a laugh she was.
Aye, and then I went out and she was coming to meet us later on. I went to see a couple of boys that I know, and when she came in, actually I was like that. I went, she looks good, by the way, and all that. Maybe it was because of present company. But aye, and then somebody went like that, you're punching, mate.
Did they?
Aye. Which I didn't really want to hear, but
What are you doing in Morecambe Bay for?
we're just doing to see a couple of pals. I was saying to you, I was going to go to Blackpool, but decided to go down to Morecambe. And that was just because I'd watched the Furies. So I thought I might bump into him, but then I realised that, I found out on Saturday night that he wasn't there. I think he's there in Saudi, isn't he? I just thought I might see him. I was up early in the morning.
Soon, I don't know, he might be training.
Morecambe, it's lovely, big promenade.
I
So I might see him just jog by or something, you know.
hate playing it. Do you
What
ever
would
play
you
at
have
Morecambe?
said?
What?
Do you ever
Play the res again.
How's the Gypsy King? How are you, big fella? You know what I mean? I'd have loved to have seen the big man. What would you know? They just picked me up when they cradled me. I'd love to. I love it. You know, like the big fella.
That's a legend. What about you two? Favourite guy to go out with?
What did you do on Sunday? What did you get up to?
Didn't do anything Sunday.
Nothing, just chill.
Were you doing the Scotland camp?
No.
I've seen all the boys talk about you. Billy Gilmore, like that Faddy. I thought it must have been around a bit the vicinity.
Must have been something else.
Oh, you didn't know?
You've made that up, I
No,
can tell.
no, mate, I swear.
What,
I
when
made-
did Billy...
made-
So
made
when
it
did...
up. Made it up. Just thought he was going
No.
to say I was there.
Oh, was
No, wasn't he? What about you, mate?
Probably you, innit? Funny.
No, like in a night out, see when you
We
play.
went out a couple of weeks ago and there was an old guy, like must have been 45, wee tiny guy, like must have been about 5 foot 2.
45, old.
I know, by
No,
the way.
maybe older than that. Maybe older than that. Maybe 50. Like,
Keep digging, mate. Keep digging.
Do you want to know when you get old? I have to go and get my flu jab in the morning. That tells
have you?
Aye.
I'm gonna get
you've
that.
asked for it in your arse, haven't you?
Don't get that.
By the way, I hate jags. But
You
there's
just
one
lift your,
place
you're like that, jeans done.
I'd rather have it in there, just right in the chest rather than...
Why?
Right in the heart.
Because I don't like getting it there, I don't like getting it anywhere else. Aye, right here, just...
Right in you.
Aye. So that tells you're getting old, doesn't it?
Flu jab, aye.
You're told, go and get your flu jab.
I'm gonna get them.
So wee guy, 5 foot 2, must have been about 55. And he had this slick back here and he's like, Grealish. Jack
Very
Grealish.
fucking-
Congrats on the treble last year, mate. Wee guy was just out for a quiet drink and he terrorised him the full
Really
night.
not, innit? Petting me all
No,
the
but you
time.
liked it, didn't you?
Aye,
Oh,
it
you
had a
did,
good,
didn't you?
it had a good laugh.
What were you
didn't
doing?
it?
What were you on?
What were you on again?
You were Blue Wicked, weren't you?
Blue Wicked. And then Hooch at the end of it, wasn't it?
Hooch, aye.
Hooch by the end of it. But no, listen, what?
Did they stay it?
He was out quite late, mate, huh?
Aye, all day.
Oh, by the way, mate.
Said something, didn't it? Always
Aye.
trap doors up with us.
Oh, I'm a trapdoor man. I just
You're the worst for it.
Aye.
I love that
I
on
know
Sunday,
that.
mate. I love that. Just
Sunday's
pop
a great
away
day,
you
innit?
go. Aye, Sunday's the best day, I think.
I love
No,
a
the
Sunday.
worst part is, see when you do it, nobody notices.
Aye, that's the thing, innit?
Aye, stand up.
You're waiting for
When
the
did you
text,
leave
ain't you,
2 o'clock? What?
Stand up, sit
Didn't
down.
notice until about 12 o'clock at night.
Mate, even better, I met 2 guys. I was rough on Monday, met 2 guys in the West End. Came up, he was like that. Met Slaney's dad out on a night out. And a pub, what pub was it? It was a pub in it was
sure,
Socky
mate.
Hall Street, a pub in Socky Hall Street. Says it was about 11 o'clock at night. He just comes up to the 2 of them, I think they had Celtic strips on. Must have been after a Celtic game last week. Comes up, he goes, he's like podcasts. The 2 boys are like that. I didn't mind him, he's like, my boy's Paul Slaney. And the boys are like that, right, brilliant. And he goes, and he had his bag, and the boy's like, of course it is. What's in your bag, mate? The boy says, no word I'll lie, unzipped his bag, he had a sausage supper in his bag.
I love that. That's brilliant. That's class.
That's terrible. Was it nice?
Ah.
Do you know, in our night he came in, and we looked at the window, you know that, and we seen him coming in, looked at so we shit ourselves, we're like, we can't let him in. So we put all the lights out, ran upstairs, and we're looking for my window, see him, so he ends up getting in the house. But just right before, about 10 minutes before he came in, we ordered food, because we're starving, pizza. So just as we see him coming, we put the pizza on the table, run up the stair, hear him coming out, we're looking at the window, see him walking out with our pizza. Just came out with the pizza, fucked it.
Pizza and a sausage supper.
I couldn't believe it, but no, he's a great wee
supper in
guy.
the
He's a
rucksack.
great wee guy.
He's enjoying the fame now, isn't he? He obviously is. He's going about name dropping you.
Aye, but he is. Listen, I gave him a hard time. He went into recently, so we're on good terms with us.
And other good news, Paul, he's getting fit, mate. He's running every day.
Lucky you.
Just for
But
the
you're running on your head.
we better half. Pace I'm going at.
Just for your head?
Just for the brain.
Oh, for the brain, right.
Do you know what I mean?
Sick mental
think it's
health.
good.
Aye, you're
So-
right.
There's a lot out there. People talk, we need this, we need that. Just go out and run, keeps you right.
How long are you running for?
10 minutes or so.
It's better than 0 minutes.
There you go. And
So
just
your
run
head
for it.
feels good for 10 minutes of the day?
No, it's just a good start to the day, innit?
Aye, get yourself out.
You're still doing a lap of Ibrox. We
Remember
used to
that?
see you were jogging up there and running around Ibrox.
I
He's
just
scared of
run out.
Ibrox, mate, innit? He's scared. Scared of the Rangers fans. You wouldn't go near it now.
Tuesday training now?
No.
No at all?
I'd just gone to the gym.
Is that no hard
bit.
though?
No,
For you?
it's easy.
Is that no half?
No, but see, we go and
no.
get trained every day just to
Aye,
go.
No for me.
Well, I like to do something. I don't understand. I can't get it into my head that you've done it all your life and then all of a sudden you stop. I think you need to do something. Do you know the
What are you lifting? What are you lifting in the
Five
gym?
sides.
I don't do a lot of weights. I prefer cardio. But that's, as I say, as you get a bit older, which I'm on now, I should be doing.
You're definitely one of them
doing
machines.
weights now. I like the cross train. I like the. I tell you, I love
For
the
about
road.
an hour.
Mate.
I love
An
the
hour,
road.
you
I love
burn
the
about 3
road
calories in
machine.
an hour, mate.
You're on that. I seen you on that. The
That's
cross
right.
trainer for
Aye,
about an
cross
hour.
trainer.
That's the fuck off
I
here.
was doing done my 2 classes, he's still on it. Looking at me running about the gym going,
Mate,
"Fuck
never
me."
invented
Faddy,
them, a lazy
but
By the way,
bastard.
I'm not contradicting myself, this was before when I was actually got to the gym, but the last couple of years I've done nothing.
Have
but-
you? Aye, you came away from it.
I think if I started, I would get the bug again and go every day.
Aye,
but
I'm a
I
wee
can't
bit like
do it.
him. I think you need to do it for the old up there. The thing between your ears just keeps you.
100%.
Doesn't it?
Cross trainer's a waste of fucking time, mate.
No, but you do the lot. You do
Nah.
the rower. What about the rowing machine?
The roar's brilliant, mate. Fuck, get on the roar.
Do that.
That cross trainer.
Well, when you can't run because your knees gubbed, you've got to do something. You've got to find something
Do you know who's
else.
the best rower? And I would almost say world football. John Kennedy.
Is he?
Oh
Can
my
imagine,
God.
mate.
He was, his times at that was fucking
I'll get him
insane.
down Strathy Park.
Remember Kenny McDowell? We were in
Kenny
the reserves, so we played on a Tuesday with the reserves.
Good lad,
So you
good.
play Tuesday, be off Wednesday, you train hard Thursday, Friday, and then Friday afternoon, Kenny McDowell get every reserve player up in the gym on the rowing machine with a stopwatch. This was to get your weekend off. You needed to do 500 metres in like a certain time, mate. I used to fucking dread Fridays, mate.
You're too short, aren't you?
Short, and how am I expected to get the same time as
all
fucking
about technique.
technique?
Technique.
But big guys are
You're
fucking breezing it.
that
I was
is-
like, trying to get the weekend off, man.
That is technique.
Aye, that's
I know.
why.
Oh, mate.
Soon as done
all the way-
that.
Sleep on a
Spot
Thursday
on
night
back.
thinking about it, mate. Paul all the way back.
All the way
He's
back,
not
all the way
chanting
forward.
Well, so that's
I never pulled all the
soon
way
as
back.
No,
I had a problem with that when I was
Soon
trying
as
to go
done
certain
that.
distance.
Oh,
See,
right, we're
Rangers,
off the road
soon as
machine now.
brought him a rowing machine in, and he was doing all that sort of stuff and getting us in. Aye.
Was he, mate?
But again, because he wasn't going out running a lot.
But do you
We
think it's
Wilkins-
amazing where if you bring one in and somebody's good at it, the whole dressing room goes, I'm going to beat that.
Aye, the guy.
So then everybody gets better at it, so you get fitter.
Aye,
Because you just
Compare-
want to beat, yeah, or you don't want to be the worst.
aye, that's right. I can see that big time.
Stairmaster's hard.
Oh, Stairmasters are doing, mate.
That's horrific. But it's weird that, 'cause if you walk upstairs, it's not hard.
Do you think?
Nah. But if you're on that, it's
Oh, what
solid.
stairs? You've no stairs in your house. What stairs are you walking up?
No, just in general, if you go upstairs. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I can't walk upstairs. Stairs kills me.
Down's
So
the
where'd you do it
problem.
then?
Downstairs.
Do it downstairs, do you?
No, down's the problem for me.
Come on, sorry,
Up's
you
fine.
know. I, see, to be fair, I could go up, see, like Carol was
Oh,
climbing
no,
all
you
them
can
and
go up,
rows, right? And I was saying to her, I says, I would do it, get up. I says, but I don't know about getting down. Somebody need to come pick me up.
So you like going up, but you don't like coming
Helicopter.
back down?
Aye.
Get what you're saying. Would you rather just stay up?
He always takes it too far, doesn't he? He always just shakes the brain, man.
What is that? I laughed at you were on the tune the other day, mate, walking away. This guy's there he is there! I'm looking, he goes, the YouTuber!
YouTuber.
Oh, yeah.
You wish, mate. They make a fortune.
I know, they YouTubers do, mate. I fucking
by
love
the
them.
way, we're going to take teams on, aren't we? Five-a-side Friday Night League.
Don't know what you're talking about. What is it?
PK does it.
Is he?
Oh, no,
Is it not your idea?
he's got his own league.
Aye. So we're going to try and
yeah?
set our own team up. Us
For the
four,
YouTubers?
Charlie.
Can't do Friday night, mate.
Canada Friday night, mate.
We'll do Thursday then.
Train Thursday.
Train
mate.
Thursday.
About Sunday lunchtime.
Sunday lunchtime.
Lunchtime, or brunch.
And then out
Sunday.
after it.
Aye. But before it.
Out before it, huh?
That's a good wee thing though, innit?
I
I'll
think you need
manage
to
you.
think about that a wee bit more.
Yeah.
Aye. I'll come and manage you, so I'll be
Right down a wee,
You stitched me up there, I'm actually belt up.
a wee YouTuber.
By the way,
Yeah,
exclusive, he
YouTuber.
was out with Snoddy last night and he's going to reveal what really happened to Hearts, so take it away, wee man.
No.
You told me on text last night, you're not sharing that.
I'm like, horrible. Fucking hell, I shit myself in my... I've not said it by me, still. I've not said anything to them about Hearts or anything to you.
No, how
But I
did
thought
it-
we scored.
what happened? No, what everybody said happened, no?
No, everything.
Oh, was it?
Everything we
Aye.
already
I
know.
thought that, aye.
He said that
that's
Queen's
what I'd
Park are going to be the best going about soon.
As in what?
Infrastructure and development of
Better than
players.
the best about, so better than Celtic Rangers?
Inside, aye.
What?
Inside the club.
It's going to be better, what, furniture inside the club?
Aye, something wrong about that.
Aye.
They're going to be better than Celtic.
No, Celtic Rangers, but I think what they're
What,
putting
the
in place.
development, youth development?
Right through the full thing, he was very impressed with the guys. I think he met them, said they're out of this world.
Brilliant.
I don't know into it all though, to be honest.
What do you make of Kev Kyle not getting called up to the Hearts? Like, we need to dig deeper into this. Why would he
That's
not be
not
called up for that? And Gary Swales was.
Gary
Wales.
You called him Gary
I know.
Swales. What
Called
do you
up-
think he's
called up to
done?
what?
There was a Swales, though.
Hearts Masters. Was it Legends?
How was this guy?
Oh
know
God, aye, I saw that. That was Saturday night, wasn't it?
Masters.
Imagine the
Saturday
big man was
I forgot
invited.
about that.
That's a worry.
that? Ah, it doesn't make sense.
And he is a legend.
What about
Something a
you
bit
for the
smelly,
chairs?
that.
No, I used to play in them.
Aye.
I played in. We used to win them. I want that Rangers side. That current one.
What do you think of that?
I looked at the squad. I thought They should be winning
They
that.
should
They
have
should be
been
winning that. So,
so
they not
much
win.
better.
And arguably when we were playing, we didn't have probably as good a players as that, you know, for the past. But we won it.
It was BEALE that done
We
the
won it.
tactics. So
We won it. Man. Well, that's all. Don't even go there, man. I'm a wee bit worried about him. Aye, I know. Is it in it? That Europa squad, I know.
Did you see that?
It was actually
was it a good watch? I've never seen it.
Barry was the
Aye,
manager.
Oh, was it? The cheerleader outfit on the side like that.
Oh, these pom-poms.
That way! You, over there! Oh, imagine, man. Don't worry, I'll get it. You might not talk to
See
me.
that?
You'll not talk to us
See
ever
that?
again.
I'll come back to home. You remember I said that? You got to watch me that.
To be fair, he had to stick up for himself.
Is he, how come he never played?
I like there was a wee.
He was injured.
I remember there was a wee Stramash. Brilliant. You got to have a Stramash. I had one with Darren. Love Darren or not? Darren
your
Jackson.
boy?
No,
Oh, Darren
Darren Jackson. Aye.
There's a few boys getting
Aye,
on,
because we had a couple of flying into tackles as well. But that the surface is murder. It's concrete. You're actually running about in concrete.
kept cutting up though, didn't it?
That's what when I saw wee clips of it. Ross showed me them. That is crazy. And then the wee, who was it? Stevenson, big boy Stevenson, and the wee
Ryan Stevenson.
Kevin Wilson.
because I think it was one of the boys who said to me, he says, why are they like that? Why they wouldn't do that in this day and age? He says, why do you hold grudges and all that?
Oh, I've done
Think we do? Think we do hold the kind of older
There
school
might have
guys?
been-
Think there's a bit of that?
There might have been a few where, aye, he's annoyed me. Because you could get it in a game, couldn't you? When we played, he's doing my head and I'm going to smash it.
Smash it, it doesn't
Aye,
happen,
and you
doesn't
get
it?
away with it.
I think
You
you're
maybe get a
tactically
booting or
like
whatever,
that.
and you know it's coming back, but you're ready for it.
Aye. Who was it? Morris Ross tried to
Mo got
do
injured,
Bartley.
didn't he?
Bartley, aye, you're not, mate, you're not doing
Himself.
Bartley, mate.
No, I know, because
Bartley was in
Bartley
a
gave
few
him
wee tussles,
He gave him
I
a
played
few.
against Bartley when he's at Bournemouth. Hardest man in the world, man.
Is he?
Oh my gosh, see when he hit
was
me,
a
mate.
bit,
Oh,
yeah.
you fucker.
Strong.
Strong boy, mate. Strong
See him,
boy.
there was a point where the ball was like, they were defending, the ball was away up front, and he's just like, getting just holding people up. He's just desperate at somebody.
It's funny you say that. We've got a boy in our 20s, I've known him, his name is a great boy. He's a centre forward, mate, and all he wants to do is pin. So see when you do a 6v6 possession, mate, and you're basically looking to get off at an angle, he just wants to pin in possessions, mate. I piss myself laughing at him. That how Marvin Bartley's like that, is
Marv was just like holding, just to annoy people. He was just annoying people.
Amazing. Who was your player of the tournament?
Hooper and Commons were unreal.
Holt was good.
Holt was unreal.
Gary Holt.
Did you watch it?
I would give
Brilliant.
Gary
Commons
Holt.
because
No. Grant Holt.
Oh, Grant Holt.
Commons because the shape that he was in, I thought,
He's got to struggle.
but as he warmed up, his twinkle toes. Commons was still good. Hooper was in incredible shape. I know he's technically still playing.
Where did you see?
He was in great
Where's your
shape.
super?
He must have got to Celtic.
Would he be?
35.
Oh, see, with 35, you're still
He's
young,
what?
man. God.
Kelvin Wilson came out and said Celtic should take a year on him.
Aye. Did he get drug tested after that?
I know, into Masters into Celtic, aye.
Might try and get him at EK, just try and keep getting
Give my
strikers.
phone you now.
I never told it on Monday, I text Fletch. See, before he went to Wrexham, do you know I told you about the Robbie Euro one?
Aye.
We played Carabao with Lynn Rose, so that night, I think our striker was suspended again for Saturday, so I just text Fletch and listen, mate, I know you're above this level, but if you want, because he says I want to keep fit in case I get some judges. If you want to keep fit, come in, you might enjoy it, you can maybe play a couple of games as a trialist just to get your fitness up, you go somewhere else. Give us a shout, got a text the next morning, so 7:30 in the morning. Was that meant for me, mate?
Oh no. Oh no.
You're having a shock. Listen, I love your ambition. I love your
I know, mate, you need a brass neck it
I
down
heard that
there.
Ibра's coming out of retirement. You maybe try and get in touch with him.
You can only handle so many more custard. I might ask you if you fancy it.
Aye. After last year's performance,
You were good.
I love to come in and watch his train.
Come in any time, mate.
Love
Why
to
you
come
watch? It's all the same stuff we did last year. You watched it for a full year, eh?
Aye, no, he's good. He's doing really well, isn't he? Really well. But I don't want to keep
No, let's
saying.
not talk about that. But anyway, what one?
Aye, so by the way, two new sauces out. Green one is
Just read it on the sheet, mate. It's on there.
jalapeno honey and lime. What's that one, Faddy?
Scotch bonnet and mango.
No, you
Enjoy cock.
Enjoy car.
must say, right?
That must be yours.
Other than the really hot ones, the sauces in here are lovely, aren't they?
Tremendous.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
What one would you go
Yeah.
for this, aye? Red one?
No, I'd go
Right,
with
pocket.
I'd go with the green.
Right in the pocket.
Take one for
Try
that
that
with
on.
sausage supper.
I love that.
Get your dad to stick it in his bag. So next time somebody
$6.99
asks him-
available to buy on the Bucks Bar website and all the restaurants. So
Get yourself in, try the chicken,
You
try
should
the wings
take it.
challenge,
You
and
like
then get
it.
the sausage.
I'll get them at the
You
end.
like to do your bit of cooking,
Leave them
didn't you?
Leaderboard.
Oh yeah.
How have I get 3 points?
I don't know that.
I don't know
I don't know how that's worked out.
if I get any
Me
points.
and you, Del boy,
I
zero.
was. Did it?
I need to check back that.
Aye.
I'm not too sure about
Stuart's
it.
inquiry for that. But anyway,
Me and you on the hot sauce this month, mate.
that's it. It looked lovely. What you had the last time out,
I had they were nice.
wasn't it?
I
There
had it
you
was
go.
nice. So we'll roll over again this weekend.
Aye.
I don't know how I get 3 points.
But you should be happy.
But I don't know which one of the ones I'll just try to help me out there. Do you know what I mean?
Wee
we'll just
petty
get-
points.
I don't like it at all.
You got,
I
you
don't
got,
think it can it be, mate? Can it be?
who did you predict right?
Did we do the international scores?
No, it was
Aye.
when Celtic played Rangers.
No,
not
never
did you?
done
Or you? It's because you went with
Aye,
Celtic.
we done the scores.
We went
Aye,
colours, you went Celtic.
We done the, I took the Scotland-England game, 2 each, and I said 2 Nottingham and Cyprus.
No, we never done it for the internationals the week before. It
weeks ago, so we didn't know what the score
was the Celtic Rangers weekend.
I had
Celtic Rangers weekend.
Oh, was it? Right.
a draw
Aye, well, I had a shock.
in Motherwell.
You took Motherwell. See, your love for Motherwell and your love for Celtic have got you the points.
I thought you went with Celtic.
That's-
I know, did you know, mate?
Draw, I think.
Poor that. Right, on to Scotland, boys.
Right, come on then.
Just before we get right into it, have you spoke to Lewis?
No, I've only, I spoke to him for about half an hour yesterday. I've not, as I say, I've not seen him. I never.
Tell him what Lewis said if you tell us what Snoddy said.
Good.
That's
If you're wanting
tell you,
private convos.
We've got to crush this now. Stamp
Right.
this, we rumour it, because then nothing happened to me.
What rumour? Nothing. So he just left. They didn't fancy it.
No, no.
I'll play the voice now.
He's getting sweating.
Go on, hurry up. Just tell him.
sauce there, mate.
No, it was literally just a wee chat we used to have about families and all that.
That's your the Scotland correspondent. Should you not be
No,
going
I
to
just wanted to
Ferry?
see how Lewis felt about the camp and being away.
Aye, he loves going away with the boys. I've said that.
No holiday
often.
for us, it's not my.
But he enjoys that. It's a break for the day-to-day, innit? Club football, of course it is. He enjoys all the boys' company. So he enjoys going away. Of course there's a frustration from that side of it, that obviously he's not had a lot of game time, but you can't argue with what Stevie Clark's
Did they
doing at
get
the
any
moment.
extra time? Or did they have to fly back?
No, in fact, he's in. He'll be in this morning training, so he was
Oh, wasn't he
away.
really?
Aye, so he was Glasgow to Holland and then down to Bologna, and he was straight in. So no, the international boys don't get any extra time. Even see during the close season as well, you know, because he still
Aye.
had been away. Not just in the same as the rest of the boys. So no, they're quite strict there. So they're in Bologna. Don't give them. I think that's it with the Italians in general.
Back straight away.
Aye. Oh, no messing about. They're straight into it. Plus, they played a couple of games as well. Bologna during the international break with the
friendlies are
Aye,
good.
couple of friendlies with obviously.
Come on.
Aye, I know, but for the kind of, I think the lower league guys, but at the training grounds,
Right.
I think they've been having a
League
couple
games.
of
Aye, Serie A
well,
continues during
Aye.
the international break.
So-
Get on to him, he's a hammer.
That's a stupid question.
No, I don't
it's
like development league, wasn't it? You're thinking.
Development ahead.
No, so it was nice to see him yesterday for the half an hour that he popped in before he headed to the airport. So he's it's a good place. He's all right. We've got the vegan again today. That's and Lawrence. Lawrence still here until December, so we're going to get the vegan.
Is that why he stopped over in Holland?
Aye. I bet I've
Right, what did you think of the performance against Cyprus? We'll go with first. First half was excellent, wasn't it?
Oh,
I thought second half was boring, right? But it was so much control. It just knocked the stuffing out of Cyprus. By about 60 minutes, they'd given up. They knew they couldn't win the game. I thought it was really good. Strong performance, really controlled. The goals were excellent. It was brilliant. And
Who were the
under
standouts?
pressure, Porteous. Thought Porteous was excellent. Wee Gilmer in midfield. I thought that, do you know what really impressed me the most? Because we talk about, and you're really passionate about it, can we produce players that can handle the ball? Every single player in the team. Didn't matter. They'd take the ball, they'd pass it. There was no rush.
Yeah.
But I know you're playing against Cyprus and people go, stop getting carried away at Cyprus. We've struggled against
Right, exactly,
teams like
in the
that
past,
before.
100%.
And it's been get long, get the ball forward. It was so controlled. Ironically, the worst spell of the game was the first 10 minutes for us and we were 2-0 up. But I thought that every single player handled the ball brilliantly. There was no rush, it wasn't forced. And then for McGinn's goal, the ball goes back to Gilmer, the pass is ridiculous. Aaron Hickey's playing as the wing back in almost a number 10 position. Great little touch. And then the goal's amazing. So I thought it was a brilliant performance, considering we've slipped up against teams like that before. There was a big pressure getting into that game. So to get the win and get it in the manner in which we did was brilliant. Really enjoyed it. And the second half was boring because there wasn't a lot of instant, but looking at the control element of it was as comfortable a game as you'll watch with Scotland.
But we're ready for Germany.
Ready.
I think, see, looking at the group, I think you're qualified now. Norway would need to
They need to win every game.
Aye. I think it's, I know you don't
providing we lose every game. So a draw for us is enough.
He's a bit of German.
Incredible,
He's a
innit?
wee bit of German, come on.
Montag.
Couldn't tag.
Oh, you're old man all like, you know.
They Germany, they Scottish. Sean Connery crumbled.
That was good though, wasn't it?
Oh, it was good.
These old man all like the big German sausages.
Oh, so you will. Right the gun back.
Right in the bag, wasn't it?
Right in the bag there. That's right, actually, I know, but that is, it's absolutely incredible. 5 wins out of 5. That performance against Cyprus. And listen, going to the England game, there shouldn't be any negativity. I think it's actually a good thing. Do you know that? I think it's a good thing thinking maybe that we still need to improve. Maybe going to the tournament where you're going to play against these top nations, it might be a bit, well, how do we do better, whatever, but certainly a positive.
See, getting back to that game, you bang on the money, by the way, because they didn't have a lot of control in the first 10, 15 minutes, but that's the difference. When they get their opportunities now, they take them.
Clinical.
And then that's something, they don't, I think that group of players, they don't shy away for the pressure. Now, which I think might have happened before, sometimes it gets the players. I think the guys thrive on it.
Yeah.
I thought, you've mentioned, I thought McTominay was brilliant.
Aye.
Coming for a while.
I don't think it was a bad performer. I thought even Andy Robertson, I know he makes a mistake against England, but I just think every player was playing at a level where you're like, they're all at it.
Remember you had it was a small debate about where you'd go with Soot or Porteous, and I said Porteous, I fancy because you need that. You're talking about people handling the ball. Yeah. We need guys that can play for the back. It's a good football player, Porteous, says it all along. And it makes such a difference.
And it's funny because he buys so many fouls where when he was at Hibs, everybody absolutely annihilated him. Go on! Look at that intelligence, but you get absolutely battered when he was at Hibs for it.
Big Elvis used to say that all the time.
Terrible.
I hate players at
that. Man.
Elvis used to shout offside and all before the ball was even passed. Offside! But he'd get that one down and pick the ball up just to make sure the referee gave him.
England were incredible though.
Aye.
They were.
I mean, some of
they were brilliant, right? But we were poor.
Well, I never seen the game, so we were training. What were we poor at?
We didn't have control. We didn't put enough pressure on them. And to be fair, the goals were sloppy goals for us. It wasn't an amazing play for England to cut Scotland open. I don't think that at any point they were battering Scotland with like shots, and Angus Gunn had to come up with the worldies. It was, their movement was good. They're a better side.
Yeah.
We can accept that, but I thought we were quite a bit below.
I think
the
they've
levels.
don't know if you agree, they're just a real presence about them. Their players, the middle of the park, even the Rice and Phillips, who were the sitting players in there, they had a presence, Bellingham, just ahead of them, Kane, then there were two monsters, the two centre-backs, weren't they?
Dunk was excellent.
Dunk's a good player,
but a real, I don't know, there's just sometimes you look at a team and that England side on the night just had a real presence, a physicality, a power and a pace at times, and just they looked a top side. And I get that we maybe weren't at our best, but I think that was down to England, you know.
Maybe. I think
there's a bit of bait.
People went a wee bit before the game. Everybody's thinking Scotland, we're flying, we're going to win the game. That was one of them. But it doesn't mean because we didn't win and because England looked so far ahead that it's a disaster. Scotland can beat England on a one-off game, and ultimately that's what it's going to come down to. That's what's going to matter. No winning. Would you rather win that game on Tuesday night, win it well, get to the Euros, and then no turn up? No, Steve Clark came out and I think he said before it as well, even when the friendly was announced, these are the teams that you need to test yourself again. So he'll come away with an idea of what worked, what didn't work.
What they need to do better against better teams.
There is no doubt that he'll
Better
make
players.
changes.
Analyse that, won't
Because
you?
we play Spain next in obviously the group. Then we've got a friendly against France. So he when these games were picked, it shows you the confidence. These games were picked to test against the teams that we might have to go and beat when we get to the Euros to get out the group. Or if we do get out the group and you get a tough draw in the next round, you're going to have to beat these teams. So it's no, you'd never like losing games, but I can guarantee we won't play like that again. He'll have learned his lesson and will be better prepared for it. So I think that you never want to lose, of course you don't, but I don't think it's a disaster.
Again, see for any young kids watching, I used to play against Lewis Dunk in League One for Brighton, mate, and all he used to do was leather the ball up the pitch.
Is he?
Now look at him.
Aye,
He
pops
was
it.
excellent at the back. Do you know who I'd love to see in the next campaign? And I don't want to put too much pressure on, but I think when you're that good, Ben Doak. I seen him for 21s. He was out of this world for Spain. I don't know if Scotland's got that type of player.
What, they like pacing the top areas?
Physical, he can drive
I
at players,
reckon.
take them on.
I think that there's a good chance he could go to the Euros. As he'll get minutes at Liverpool this year. He'll get chances. He'll play in the Europa League games.
Why have they
get
not
a
got him
chance.
involved at the minute?
Salah's in front of him.
didn't he?
Salah's in front of him, so he will get minutes. I think he'll be a wee wild card for the Euros. Whether even at the start, because the last time he named a bigger squad, brought in Patterson, Turnbull, one other.
Jacob Brown, he's always in it. He always
And
finds his way
they
in
were
it.
like to go and train and get the experience, and then the squad was allowed to be bigger, so they went, and wee Billy was sensational in the Euros. So I think that Ben Doak's got a good chance of getting to the Euros.
How did the 21s get on? They never...
They
lost.
beat 1-0 with Spain.
Spain.
1-0. I seen that. No, it's just that England game. It's just getting into tournament football. It is a learning curve because you got to deal with that power, that presence, that physicality, and that on the night at Hampden, you know, in the watching, and everybody's raved about him, quite rightly so. The boy Bellingham. I'd like to have seen somebody.
Hit him.
No, hit him. Just because he made some terrific runs and all, didn't he? You know, just try and match him. Get somebody in there and just be around about him. Because
Did he play as a 10, Derek?
Aye, and he was brilliant. He was different. See the one for the goal where he plays. He's on the edge of the box, and it's on the one movement, the wee check and the pass. It was brilliant.
Kane.
Aye, and it was
the
different.
guy.
But if we could somebody just in that area, you know, just to be aware,
We
of
had
being
a good
better
spell in the
players.
second half.
What?
He made the changes second half with a really good spell.
Christie come on.
Aye.
But there was
Because
a wee-
Ian had
Aye.
a chance. Yeah.
I think they tailed
in
that,
a big game he
they-
scores it. Like a qualifier.
But see what I felt as well, although I just think they were taking a breather, England.
Like he's
to
went
go.
like 2-1
And
up
I just
to-
think
But
they were,
if you get
they
that,
could,
if you get that second
the
goal,
feeling,
then the Breivers.
I just think
gone.
that feeling that they just could go again.
Which they
you know,
kind of did,
it's-
done it when they got the third.
Like Barry Maguire, on goal.
Actually, do you know what?
Leon can go right for the big man. I actually feel for him,
See when I
mate.
was watching it, I didn't
Oh
really.
my God.
Harry.
See when the
Good
Scotland,
man.
see when the
Good
Scotland
man.
fans were.
Yeah, some boy.
When the Scotland fans were, I didn't really like it.
Look, this is
That's
this is
his motto,
part of it.
mate. What's happened to
This is
football? What
part
he
of
did?
it. Come on.
Opposition
It's part
fans
of
getting
it.
on players.
So
No, but
aye.
I don't mind it if I've seen it in the past. I've done it
I'll tell you
myself
what,
when a player
it was
maybe.
different class.
I was creating the ball.
Wasn't he?
I don't mind it
Never
when
gave a
somebody
ball
does
away.
something, but see when he's coming on, you're getting beat 2-0, and every time he touches it, you're going, oh, you're getting beat 2-0.
That's football.
I didn't really like that with Scotland fans, but I
not,
would
not
like
an issue with that.
that. It was as if it was like a pantomime, and we're getting beat 2-0. I just thought, I didn't really like watching it.
I just think it's football. I mean, the stick that he gets is ridiculous. But it's when you're getting it for your own. I don't know if they couldn't hear the England fans. I don't know if they were giving him it, but your own media and your pundits and everybody that's having a go at him, lining up to have a go at him. I don't like to see that because, all right, you don't agree with it. You don't agree with the manager picking him, but the manager's the guy whose job's on the line by picking him. And he's deciding that Harry Maguire's the best option for England, then...
But see if
fair
a pundit's
play.
asked his opinion on what is he meant to do, lying.
I know.
But it depends on how far they go, I think. I don't think you can lie. If he says, do you think he should be playing? No, because he's not playing for his club, then fair enough. But I think there's been probably more stick for him than anybody I can remember.
Aye, it's outrageous. I'm a wee bit like him as well, because I think of the other side of it as well. I just think of there's family members there, and that's your son, that's your brother, that's your.
He's come out with a statement, isn't he?
Aye, it's not just about the boy that's getting the stick on the part. It's everybody else it affects, and I think about that side there a wee bit now. It's a wee bit different, and it's like I think when we all played. It wouldn't phase you. It wouldn't phase you. If you want to give you a bit, give it. But it's how it affects.
I know, but we get last year at Broomhill, mate, we got abused constantly.
I know, but that's.
My point is more
I'm talking abused, mate. Somebody standing there, abusing you for 90 minutes, mate.
Aye, it's and see that level. What was your crowds? 700,
500, 600.
And I've worked at that level. You hear it by the way. I mean, I was at Clydebank, I was at Stranraer, and they're giving you and they're standing there. They're standing right behind you.
But when you leave the stadium, that's it done.
But
you might get on.
No,
you might get the odd on. His is on the telly. It's everywhere he goes. Walks down the street. Somebody's.
But he gets paid 150 grand.
Aye, but that doesn't
put up with. No, if you're going to be the Man United cap, you need to expect that you're not playing well. You get criticism.
He's not complained about it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He's not complained about it. But I think
my point's not about the players always get it. I mean, the day they get pelters. Mine's is more for your Scotland point of view. You're getting beat 2-0 and it's you're sort of. It was almost like a pantomime atmosphere you're creating when you're getting beat 2-0. Do you know what I mean? That sort of mentality.
Right. Get where you're coming.
So you think the fans were bang out of order?
Well, you're still getting it in the street. You be YouTuber.
Exactly, you YouTuber.
Seen that own goal went in for the big man, but oh man.
Nothing can go. Have you ever had a stage in your career like that where just nothing can go right for you?
He's having a.
I had the 13 years it.
You've been a good guy to speak to him.
Luckily he got in touch with me.
No, he'd just go, just chuck it, mate.
Just chuck it, mate. Anyway. Podcast. Just chuck it in their podcast.
I prefer coach. I don't miss playing. Just chuck it. Imagine he did message you.
Did you have a stage of your career like that where nothing could go right?
No, a long period, but you go through spells where you feel like your boots are tied together and of course you do, you're falling out of the ball and
you're actually worried about when the ball comes to you what you're going to do. I had that a couple of times.
Did you? As a midfielder?
Midfielder, mate.
I think it's a wee bit, I'm saying.
Dundee, mate. See when I was at Dundee, Derek, that was the one time in my career I would see going out for a game, I'd be terrified, mate.
Had you lost your confidence?
Incredible.
Confidence went completely, mate.
When that goes, that's when that's what happens. Struggle.
It goes and you're so aware that it's gone. So you're thinking about, right, just control it.
Just don't make a mistake.
Just get to somebody else and your legs turn to jelly. You can't control, your legs aren't doing what you want them to do. You know what you need to be doing, you just can't do it. I think everybody goes through it.
But Maguire's confidence hasn't gone. No, because he never gave a ball away.
He's really good at the ball.
He scores the own goal. But in the own goal, he's lazy, in my opinion, because he just sticks a leg out. I think he's got to go to ground and go and, get his body in the way, but he's just a lazy leg out. But apart from that, he was really good. I think he's able to take that.
He looks like he takes it well, doesn't he?
And that's what I'm trying to get. As soon as you cross that white line, it's a given. Whoever you are, doesn't matter whether you're top player in the world or the worst player in the world, you're going to get some form of stick. Sometimes it can go overboard. Can I get that? But that's what I'm trying to get at. When I was sitting listening to it, like you, I'm going, I wonder if his Mondar in that stadium tonight, I think they're in the stand, or his brothers, his sisters.
I would imagine.
So that's where it's hard
would
for.
Have stayed away by now.
Aye.
Because it's everywhere it goes.
It's a good point, aye, probably.
I would imagine they'd stay away.
So did you never have a stage in your career where you lost all confidence now?
No, never like I felt like that.
Yeah. I wouldn't warm up at Dundee. See if you asked me to warm up, I wouldn't have done it, mate. Because I thought fans will fucking kill me when I'm out warming up.
You forget how to play football.
Aye.
That's the only way I can
describe it. That's the worst thing you can no want the ball, or no want to go on the ball. That's a kind of. I can't remember feeling totally like that. Like kind of.
It's the worst feeling ever, mate.
See when the ball comes, it's if it's in slow motion. and you're trying to think how you control it.
Aye.
And you're controlling, you're wrestling yourself.
You're
There's no
talking to yourself. When normally, if you ping, even right now, if it says, right, there's 10 balls, you just control it. You wouldn't think about how to control it or what's the speed of the ball or what you're going to do. You just do it instinctively. When you lose your confidence, your instinct goes. So you're actually talking to yourself going.
So when did you look?
The ball looks like a golf ball, doesn't it, when it's coming to fucking time?
that
spells at all different clubs. See, when things aren't coming off and you just...
See, as always things a wee bit different. I think it's a bit different. That's what I'm saying, like, in your position, maybe in your position, but that's what I'm saying, us as midfielders, sitting midfielders, we never had to, well, I never had to produce that bit of magic. Aye, go on the ball, but just keep it.
See, if I was on a bench at Dundee and pull like that to me, you're going to be like, fuck. That's terrible, isn't it?
No, but if you're in that,
I think if you're
hard. I'm hoping that he wasn't putting you on, mate.
everything normal's gone. It's no normal to you. So if you, for me as a forward, I knew that it could change in an instant.
In an
instant.
I think it's
whereas
for forwards.
like midfielder, really, if you take a step back, simply you go control it and find it. Don't do it in cover. Don't try and turn. Don't take extra touches. Control it and get to him. And see, when I get to him, I'll make an offer. And if he gives me it back, I might just give him it back.
Kid on him.
And build just no, you're not kidding on. You're building. You're building up. So you're actually saying, control it, pass. Make an angle, give it back, and then you stop talking to yourself and you just get back into your rhythm. So it can change so quick.
It's quite easy, isn't it?
No, that was tough that year.
I can see players that have lost confidence when I'm watching the game. I can see it through them. Remember Big Duffy at Celtic?
Yeah.
He totally went. And you're like, he doesn't look if he can play football, but his career before that was good. Really good. And you think, what's happened? But when
was yours the worst?
Came back from injury, trained with the first team, and gave the ball away once or twice, and Lenny got on as he would with any player. And I can just remember this feeling coming through me, and I completely, I wasn't knowing what I was doing with the ball. And the biggest thing for me that, and it still was in my head, see when I was out wide and you can see the left back setting up to switch the play, I'm like, I don't even know how I would set my body to control this. Just ends up hitting off you. What am I doing in this pitch? But because, see when me at Celtic with Leonard, they had never really seen me before. So this is probably the first time they're getting to really see me, and they're seeing a guy, fucking boss hitting off him everywhere. So that's their thought, this boy's rotten. This guy is really, really bad. So, but the confidence goes then. But that's with the top players, I think, they don't get that, like you.
No, but how do you think they be baldy old guys were feeling on Sunday when you were running the boot?
Their head.
I think they were probably feeling like that, weren't they? Oh, here's Slaney coming.
You're only picking on the baldies.
Aye.
They started wearing Tammys on nights. Back you see them in the watcher next Sunday. On North Face Tammy.
You're picking on the baldies.
Slaney, here's Bono. The Bono.
You don't know what it looks like.
Discrimination.
Shirt and tie,
Like with hair. That's terrible.
Oh, incredible.
Maybe optional.
That's good.
It's decided to say.
You're right, I need to rap that. I'll get some cheek doing that to people.
Do you think Big Harry will get back to you? He'll not play Man United again, will he? He needs to move, doesn't he?
I think he should go abroad.
Go to Saudi,
go and play.
get away.
No.
Go to Saudi.
No.
Aye, well.
He should have
went to West Ham,
done what he could to get to West Ham. He should have.
I think out of the country, I think he should go and play abroad somewhere. I mean, look at even some of the guys that went. Who's the boy? Is it at Roma? Plays at the back.
Smalling,
good player. He loves it early.
But the only thing is, these guys that have went,
it'd be suited to him earlier.
No got in the
Aye, spot on. You look at Tomori, I know he's in the squad, but
they've not got in the England squad. They've went early there and everybody's raving about them, but they're not getting in the squad. So he's obviously desperate to be part of the England squad. So going abroad, I know Jordan Henderson was in, but that will not last. So I think that the best thing for Harry Maguire would have been for him to go to West Ham.
Jordan Henderson must have scuddies Gareth Southgate.
Got to have.
How's he still getting in that squad?
Got to have. That game for Ukraine, my word.
That was a Roy Keane man, wasn't it?
What is he good at? Party tricks?
What's he good at? Is he the card trick? Tell joke?
That was incredible.
Can I just ask you quickly, are you Shea Adams, you set on him being your number one striker?
You prefer Dykes, didn't you? I like Adams. I never seen the game, mate.
Different times, aye.
Different games for me. I thought he was really good against Cyprus.
I like pace up top, to be honest with you.
He'd be quicker than Dykes, nah? Shea Adams,
Aye, I would think.
Big London can shift.
Can he shift, can
he? He looks quicker.
Pace.
Aye, I like, but I think we need
But he can
pace
shift. But I think
at the top level.
He brings the team. Seeing a game like Tuesday against a team like England, if he can get the service to him, he brings others into play.
Who, Adams?
I thought Adams' link-up play was excellent.
Yeah,
Big
Dykes. Did he start against England, Dykes?
No.
No, he came on, him and Christie came on.
Same
Actually
team
quite good.
against
Christie,
England.
the two of them were good when they came
Christie
on.
done well when he come on, so he did.
Good.
But that shows you where
closer
we are
up
as
against
well.
them.
Like, you're bringing subs on that are having an impact, that
Then
are
again-
changing the team.
You had good players there. I mean, Lewis Ferguson always spoke about it.
You hungry, mate?
I know,
What are you eating?
I just felt a wee bit of lack of energy there.
That banana looks done in.
Mate, let's see that bit. That's came
banana's
straight
good.
for somebody's...
Aye.
Right for a dad bag, wasn't it? That's one of the world bananas.
He thought that's what his dad thought was a sausage supper, look.
That's bogging it, man.
Domestic subs back. And Hibs have got a new manager.
Yep.
Aye.
What do you think? What do you make of the appointment? Surprised?
Yeah,
No, I think once his name was mentioned, you could see.
See why?
Aye.
He's won the league over there.
but it's how he
Good
won.
using an example of Postecoglou, wasn't he? I saw a wee kind of interview with him mentioning that.
But no, what I liked of it was it's not. Sorry, when you go, I didn't know you
No,
were
it's just like making that comparison because we're kind of going like that. Yeah, what's he really done? And then look at Postecoglou, there's an example there, it's there, isn't it? What he came and done for the couple of years with Celtic. So let's just need to wait and see.
No, it was. I listened to it. And it was actually really good. It's not just about he won the league in Australia. It was how he done it. They had the lowest budget. Brought a lot of. That was the team they won the league with was the youngest team
Aye.
has ever won the A League. So. I think, and listening to his interview, I think he's going to develop a lot of the young players at Hibs and bring them through. Certainly him and his coach. I think his goalie coach brought Oblak and Ederson through.
Wow.
That's the type of calibre of players they're doing. So this is what Hibs fans got to expect. I think they're going to be looking at a lot of the youth and developing a lot of players. So I really like
Anyone
the
that
sound
can
of
make
him.
Jason Cummins look half decent must be a good coach.
Credible. Must be
I
incredible.
love
the
his
guy.
story.
Aye, brilliant, isn't he?
And I
He
just
raves
love-
about him as well. I've seen him put
he?
someone out saying
Brilliant.
that Hibs fans will really enjoy his football.
Magic. I just love that.
I know, Jason. I know exactly what you're thinking.
No, it's not a ringing endorsement, is it? No, we'll be alright. Jason Cummins likes him.
He's a start, so kill it away.
I tell you, I seen him. So, he was playing for Dundee, I think. And I was doing the game on the Friday night for the telly. I think it was about 2 years after I'd left Scotland. He's alright, mate. You get us back in the Scotland squad? I was like, I left about 2 years ago, mate. He went, no way, did you? He already said he wanted to play for Australia.
He's a hero, man, isn't he?
Aye, he's brilliant.
Oh,
Made an
boy.
absolute fortune now. Well done, me man.
He's an India, isn't he?
I played with Nick Montgomery at Scotland under 21s. Yeah.
Very good.
Aye, he was
Type
good.
of player was he?
Midfielder.
Aye.
Good, like,
Combative.
aye,
Was he?
aye.
Hardy boy.
Bit hard.
Yeah.
A really good boy. Hard worker. He was a grafter. Good player.
Was at Sheffield United for years,
Aye.
wasn't he?
Aye. Grew up under Stuart McCall. So,
There you go.
aye, he's good. He's good. It's good to see him getting away and
And what style of football is he going to
I've no
bring?
I think it's a well, for what I read, it's
Is
a
it?
quite attacking
I like-
football.
I like
even
you-
Hibs.
Young boys got to promote youth. Great. We don't see enough young boys getting their opportunity, but you just if we can sort that defence out, because I think Hibs look good middle to front there. Did they not?
It's just
Just
bringing
at
a
the back,
level
they've
of
just-
consistency
Yeah.
to their performances, and defensively they
Didn't
need,
they?
they
Just
need to
need
be
to-
sorted.
They can get that sorted. But it's a style of football. It's like they didn't really know what they were
Under
doing
Lee
under
Johnson.
Johnson, didn't they? No,
Nah.
they weren't because it was different, and that's why they were up and they were doing. They were all over the place, weren't they?
Hard on for the first game, wasn't it? Away to Kelly.
I think they won.
Do you?
I'm going to back them in the cup.
Wow.
That's a bold shout.
Did you like the wings? Aye.
Just desperate for a win.
No, it's not a bold shout. Look, they go and win at Aberdeen. They've got a new manager. Look, I think he'd spoken about they've got some internationals that wouldn't be back to Wednesday, Thursday this week, so probably not have enough time to get.
How many? Do you know how many?
I don't know.
Would it be? Wouldn't it be a lot? Would it? Hibs would have
think so.
international players.
And Kelly, I know about Kelly. They'll know have a.
No.
There you
Watson
go.
was away, wasn't he?
I heard a kind of. Was it the 21s he was playing?
I think he was in the 21s.
No, was he? No, was it 90?
19s?
Aye, he was a wee bit kind of upset about that, saying that the level he's playing at, it's
Aye.
a first team player that he should be at least in that under 21,
Talent squad.
which I
I
tend
love
to.
that. I love
Aye,
that sooner manager comes out and
Sticking it,
says,
aye.
no, I mean, it's hard at times as well, because international manager, you're not telling them what to do, but you're just backing your player to say, look, he doesn't need to play under 19s. He's good enough to
So
play
we want
under
these
21s.
young boys given the opportunity. So he's given the opportunity and he's playing well. But I've
Aye.
saw him anyway. So why is he not playing with the 21s? Why is it feels as if he's holding them back a wee bit? Which is kind of strange one.
Unless he's got
Who's the boy Lennon Miller? But who's he playing?
19s.
19s, aye.
yeah.
So you can see that. But
Yeah,
the boy, aye. But I like the fact that he did make comment about it, Derek. You know, because they're on at him. You know, he promoted youth, get them in, and then when you do that, he feels they're not getting rewarded.
He backs the players, doesn't he? I mean, Watson's hanging on his every word now, isn't he? He's not daft, isn't he?
Aye.
Absolutely.
But he's not just.
Set for the
Sometimes
sake of it.
we've got a brilliant young player. Honestly, he's ready to come onto the scene. Should be in the 21s, and he's no playing. He's playing every week and showing that he's handling,
Capable.
playing
Very
against some physical
very
players in
capable,
there.
aye.
He can take the ball. He's playing in a system and a style that you have to be switched on tactically as well, and he's been excellent.
What, do you know much about Montgomery's shape, formation that he plays?
Do you know what? He was a wee bit sheepish with that. I don't think he wanted to come out and say too much of his tactics. I think he was saying about high energy and this, but see when they asked, I think another journalist asked him something else about it, and he sort of batted it away. So I don't think he wants to say too much yet. But somebody, do you know, actually reading the Australian fans, I went right in deep into that.
Did you mean right? Where did you read that on?
Just the A-League summary and that folk
Go for it, mate.
and that
Go
stuff.
for it.
And,
Doesn't matter where you read it. Just tell us.
I think there's a 4-4-2 he loves.
Is it right?
Aye, 4-4-2. But listen, nowadays, when the game starts, formation's just a word in it. It can all change. So 4-4-2, 4-3-3, whatever. Say you're two strikers. When you drop in, here's a 4-5-1. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There you go.
Brilliant.
So, no, but I think the 4-4-2, I do think so. Reading
Is that,
it,
you made that up, or is that
all made up.
Is it?
All made up. I did watch his press conference last night. Spoke really well. Really liked it because he went into youth development at the Mariners first, and the budget got really slashed. So they're thinking, we spent a lot. How are we going to compete? But what they did was they changed their whole. Doesn't always need to be finances, so they changed it. How we're going to bring this sort of analysis in. We're going to bring in psychology. That's what he says. He's mad on the sports psychology. So we're going to bring that in. And that was a sort of, when they got the first team job, brought a lot of youth through. His coach, Raimundo, meant to be the best going about, been all around the world.
I think there'll be a good connection with him and the fans. I think if you're a Hibs fan watching some Lee Johnson's interviews, go, stop fucking talking like that. I don't think you'll get that with Montgomery, mate. I think he'll just tell you.
He's a
how it
good guy.
is.
What's the expectations then? You think this season?
Third.
This
I
season,
still
third.
try and get third.
I always think third.
Think so? Aye.
I always
Not a
think.
lot of work needing done. They've got good
Yeah,
players.
yeah,
That's
what
not a good
That's how I
squad.
see. Just if they can sort
Thirds
that
up
out
for
the
grabs.
back.
I think there's a few teams could get it this year.
I know.
Because it's not like Hearts and Aberdeen are flying just now, is it?
Aye, right.
I'm talking about Motherwell, but
Exciting. I think it's exciting times for
I
him.
think he'll do well.
And he might, you never know, like, he might have a wee sort of, because he's been there, tap into the Australian market as well. He will bring his own youth
he
through.
did say that, didn't he? He
Aye.
said that he'll be no backed with hundreds of money, but obviously he'll get what he needs. So, and we've just said it, they don't need a lot. So if he can get his ideas across, he'll be planning for January. He'll know who he wants to bring in already. When speaking to the Joe, that'd have been part of his interview. Listen, I've got this player, that player. They'll come in. I know their character. They'll come in and they'll fit right in here. Crucial to how I want to play, and that'll already be within his thinking. So I think he certainly sounds good, and he's got a good squad to work with. He's got success to back that up in the A-League. So good luck to him.
Right, Rangers, St Johnstone. Derek, do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing that Michael Beale's had international break after that last result?
I'm not so sure after hearing the Europa squad.
That was strange, wasn't
Went a very strange Slaney, wasn't it?
it? Yilmaz's not in the squad at all.
Aye.
Can he play Europa League?
So what does that tell you? It tells you he doesn't rate him.
So why did they keep him? Why
Because I think he's back fit. He gets on against
Can work with
Celtic.
Celtic,
Aye. So what does that? What's that do to the player as well? His confidence.
I can't-
Is the Turkish transfer window still open?
You just put
tell
him
you.
back, couldn't you?
Oh, but
I don't- I
what
think
is he
so. I
thinking?
think he's got
What's the boy
something
thinking
like that.
about as well? Do you?
do.
I'm not so sure. I'm still on the fence. I've not, to be honest, not saw enough of him.
Aye.
You know,
I think he did a
because
wee
he's
spell
injury
where he did
problems.
a wee run of games where you could see, not at the start, because I think it's tough coming in, new country,
Aye.
on your own, different language, having to settle. And people go, that's a lot of nonsense. Some people do need that, some day, and he's young. I think when he go through that spell, his injury, he looked like somebody that would take the ball. He wanted to go forward. He'd pop up midfield and drive with the ball. At times, his crossing could be better in comparison to Barisic. Barisic has better delivery, but he's a young player that will get better at that. I actually think he's got something. I don't mind him at all. The issue you've got is the transfer fee that Rangers have paid for him. So the expectation and what everybody expects.
And first showing it, and you're right, you shouldn't be judging players too quickly, but that's how I'm still kind of sitting on the fence with him, because I've watched him. You're right, I don't think his final ball is great. I don't think as well that kind of physicality, that power. When I first kind of clapped eyes on him, I was quite surprised. You know, he was a kind of smallest guy. And in the modern day game, I think you look for the kind of that power, that pace. He doesn't seem to have that, but that tells a story that he's not in that squad. But also disappointed as well that a couple of the younger boys weren't involved. Certainly the boy King, Leon King, who was in last season as well. The young boy.
They can be.
Can they be?
I think they can. They're on like a B list where.
But the thing is, at the back, when you look at it, if they get one or two injuries, I mean, you look at
sure Devine and King aren't they on it?
No, they're not on it. Don't think they are. But you look at injury-wise, Suter, right now, touch wood, right, he's fine, he's been okay this season, but there's always a question mark there. Suter, Golson, who's come off a serious injury, he was out for a long time, so you just wonder at times, he's not been quite at it as well, so again, you're kind of hoping he's going to stay fit as well. And the two full-backs, he's gone with the same two, it's the same back three, you've gone with Barisic, you've gone with Tav, who have continually, over the course of the last 3-4 years, as good as they're going forward, they're always capable of making mistakes at the back. And he's no rectified that, he's no addressed that. And I think that's where there's a worry. That's how a lot of the Rangers supporters, and myself included, they thought he might have brought in, another at least central defender to go with the option of maybe playing the three at the back.
Has Davis done now, Ben Davis?
He's get called, he's in the squad.
He's in the squad. Aye.
But for you as a Rangers fan, is he good enough now?
He's at that level. I'm not so sure, to be honest with you. There's a few. That's what I'm. But when that squad was named the Europa squad and coming up to this game, because that St Johnstone game's a big game for him because of what he's come off the two. Horrendous. Not just results, but poor performances has got to be said. So the performance has got to be a whole lot better. He's got to get a style of football, because again, he's playing different formations, different teams. He's got to get a Celtic team. Got to get them performing better. But he's got to do it also winning games. And I've said before, he's got to do that right up to take them to the League Cup final, win the League Cup final, and go into the next All Firm game. He's under pressure. And just when I saw what you're saying, I was like you, when I saw that squad, I went, Steve, is he thinking straight?
Is he Barisic would come off PSV and then...
Well, there's Barisic. See, when I seen he's playing with Croatia.
He's on it with
Croatia. The boy Sterling played, didn't he? Yilmaz as well.
So that's maybe his second left back.
When you look at
they're very light at the back. They pick up one or two inches, which can harm quite easily. But I know you've got a soapy bubble.
See, when you get, say, 4 games in to the group, 6 games you play in it. If they're either qualified or no chance of qualifying, the same players are going to play the last 2 games with no recovery getting into the league games, when ideally you could rest or make some changes, but you've not got great options there.
Lundstrom can go and play centre back as well, couldn't he?
No, but this is a rebuild of a squad, and you're saying that.
I wonder how that works. You're saying that's got me thinking about the young boys.
I'm sure they can be added. I'm sure there's an A list and a B list. I thought Devine and King were in it.
Right. Well, it's just when I saw the initial squad, they weren't in. That's from a wee bit disappointed. I quite like the boy Devine. I saw a wee bit of him. I like the boy King as well. I think he's a good football player. I think he's come in last season, and played in some big games, handled himself well. Disappointed he's no in there.
Good
but it's
news,
just when you
sold it to Wild thing. Good news.
Some of the boys that you they've got your Wild thing. You sent them one of the Darvel boys after the win.
Aye, did. What did they say?
Boys' messages last night saying it was brilliant.
Brilliant. Good for them.
Okay, shall we change up it right? Maybe going. No, it's alright. No, it's just because I just think light at the back, and So what are we talking about?
Do you
What's
expect,
the lead?
Faddy, do you expect them be able to make changes against St Johnstone for the game against
He's
Celtic?
made changes every other game.
I suppose. So who do you see coming out of the team for the Celtic game?
It was a Celtic game.
Aye. He's a
Sterling.
team.
Sterling,
Suter, Goldson, Tav, Raskin, Cantwell.
Tav, is it?
Barisic's fit, he comes back in.
Rangers fans that, man. Tav, maybe YouTuber, YouTuber, I call him. YouTuber.
He's got to play Danilo and
no bad
Dessers
for
up top.
Danilo, I would go.
What, is there two? Is there two?
Aye, get him, aye.
I think
Get
his
him
team
up
deals
top
suits.
and get-
I think three at the back suits.
the two wing
Because his
backs.
nail sort of
You
width.
paid the money for them. You paid even Lammers to a certain extent and all. You brought them in.
You can't say it like that. You're getting absolutely no belief in it.
I know.
Even
because that's,
pay the money, just let him play.
but you know, because
Game again.
that's the way it feels.
Aye.
And that's the way it is at the minute. And that's why they were so disappointed. But so you paid the money for them. We've been told, or if you listen to the manager, that these are top quality players. Well, put them in, put them up top. Let's see what they produce.
So you could go
Danilo,
Suter,
Dessers, maybe Lammers
Goldson
in
and
behind.
Lundstrom as a back three.
Or you could even put the boy Sterling in and
I'm thinking up the
Barisic's
top
left
end.
wing back.
What would
You
it be?
could go three at
Raskin,
the
Cantwell, Jack in the middle and two up.
I think it suits their team, man. You've got Barisic and obviously Tavernier a lot higher than, so
Yeah.
you're no sort of going, well, with no width at all there.
Cantwell, Raskin, Saventus, Midley Park, Lammers just ahead of him. And the whole let him float about in Danilo, Dessers and going, he's something, for Christ's sake.
Even the boy Dow, he didn't even get called.
Son of a
We Dow didn't get called up.
He's not?
He's
No,
not in the squad.
Styles not in it either.
Fuck's sake.
He's
seen
injured.
that?
He's injured, isn't he?
As a long,
He's
as a-
got an
as a-
injury.
Just
So
use a
he
bit
has.
of a mess, but it's up to him. I spoke to a few Rangers fans through the week and they were saying that, I said, it's just about obviously now, you need to win every game. And they went, it's not even just about that now we do.
That's what I'm saying,
It's the
yeah.
performances, but we need. So, listen,
Performances have been
woeful.
all over the
Yeah.
place.
Rangers fan, you
Sorry,
can just say Gordon Smith, mate.
I know, but he's told me not to keep mentioning his name on
Yeah,
it.
man. Where did you meet Rangers fans?
I speak to all of them now. Rangers, Celtic, everybody.
Good, mate. Man of the
So
people.
just
innit?
No,
He's not interested. That's
Australian fans, no.
on Zoom.
he was on Up to Sport, wasn't he? They phoned you and says, he's a run.
You're
down
also
the
speaking to
Scottish
St
football.
Johnstone fans as well. Did they think that result against Celtic will be a one-off, or did they think they can build on that?
Build on it. Aye, they
Stuart
like.
Cosgrove, innit?
Aye. No, but see, just before we go into St Johnstone, Monday, be prepared. I'm going to bring a massive tactics board. I'm going to go all in on Feyenoord.
You love Feyenoord just now, didn't you?
Mate, they are unbelievable, by the way. And I don't. This is about the league coming up, but certainly on Monday, Scottish football have never seen an analysis like this.
Wow.
The due diligence I've done on
What?
You were doing so well, mate. You were doing so
Well, it's
well.
not far off it. Your due diligence.
due diligence and due diligence on Feyenoord.
I thought you were going to say jiu-jitsu there.
Can you imagine? But they are something else.
Right, so if you Feyenoord to St Johnstone, similar.
Well, they go after the Celtic game, tweets with Dundee win it. Am I right in saying that? They were getting beat 2-0 and they scored the late two goals.
Yeah.
So I think for the Celtic game, they probably came into that Dundee at home and went, this is the games now. Dundee have started well. This is the game maybe we need to win. That is hard with they've been at. But it was good they eventually got the last two goals, so they do need to build on it side.
Positive, innit? It's a positive run. And something for them to hold on to. And there's going to be less expected of them. You know, as you say, you play Dundee at home. You need to win.
expected
You
to
should
win,
win. You should win. You should take the game to them. They don't have to. They don't have to do that because the pressure is on Rangers to go and force the issue, create chances, break them down, which we've seen them struggle to do this season. Steve McLean's come out and said that he's happy with he's got this is his team now. He's got the players he wanted. And the excuses, I think he's very bold when he speaks, Maka. And I think that the players are obviously he's getting a response out of the players because last season he says we won't get relegated. When he came in, they didn't. And he's come out and backed the players and backed his team.
But he's not said that. He's not said we'll look at
He's not said
relegating.
it. Well, it's early. If you asked him, he would say,
We're not
I bet
yet.
he says, I guarantee you we won't. But he's come out and backed his team. So this is going to be a tough game for Rangers.
Do you see him just setting up similar to how he set up at Celtic Park, Derek?
You would think so.
Yeah.
wouldn't you? I'm not sure. How did he set up?
I think he went men behind the ball, but I think he went 2 up, am I right in saying
They had
that?
chances at the
They
end.
had big chances at the end, aye. And Hart at Celtic could have actually, was who missed him again? It was two
Stevie
great,
May missed one.
Aye, 'cause it was 2 great saves with Hart. Right.
Stevie Megan's down the left.
Aye.
They'll need the same performance, wouldn't they? But the question would be, are Rangers, are they going to be good enough to break them down? Yeah, them. So that's a tough place to go. But you'd expect Rangers to go win that game. I know they'll get that confidence, but game for BEALE, so it is.
Is it now at the stage where it's
every
one
game.
year?
Set as it what?
Yeah,
Say it, you're going to say it?
Ideal. Is it a must-win for BEALE?
Yes.
Do you think? Do you
It is.
go
I
like
think
that?
it is
I
as well,
firmly
mate.
believe it is as well.
Every game,
So I'm telling he, because of the first
Yeah, I
9
think if he
games,
doesn't
what
win
we've
this.
witnessed performance level wise and the results, now he's got to show what he's all about. Good coach, but show you're a good manager.
Brilliant.
And
Graham
it is a
Murray's
must,
looking at the
it is a
Brown
must
Brooks,
win. You're right. There's your.
That's mad, isn't it?
It is, but that's.
Mad. To give that budget to somebody, already could be it. Worrying times. Anyway, game of the weekend. We need a
No,
lot.
Aberdeen, Hearts Aberdeen first.
I
Second
know,
v
it's a
third,
bit-
come on.
No, do you know why I'm saying that?
He's old team as well, and he's not.
No, I'll tell you why I'm saying game of the weekend is for pressure building.
Nobody cares,
And
mate.
for the must win.
Nobody cares about Hearts and Aberdeen.
See, to be fair,
St Mirren's what
but
we're on about.
you
Move
can lean
on.
towards him because
only
we
kidding,
should,
mate.
the
I'm
mother,
only
no,
kidding.
but the Motherwell St Mirren.
No, we're on Hearts Aberdeen.
No, but
Go
when
on,
you
Slaney.
think about
No,
it,
no.
it's
Go
just
on,
on
Slaney.
paper you're going Hearts Aberdeen, aren't you? Because the big
Oh, I was
clubs.
going to actually, I wanted to do my little St Mirren, but I was just
Hey, come on.
No, Hearts
Pressure.
Aberdeen.
Massive pressure.
There is
on-
massive pressure,
Yeah.
isn't there?
You're right.
On the 2 managers.
Spot on again, mate. On fire.
I'd say there'd be more pressure on Stephen Naismith and Barry
Of course.
Robson.
Aye. But they're at home.
Yeah.
They're at home. They've just announced them again as the head coach, haven't they? Or no, just, but that's it.
What,
Now they're out of
hokey
Europe.
cokey, innit?
Now they're out of Europe.
Time
We can all
capsule.
see
We're in.
what was actually
We're out.
happening.
I'm picking the team.
Take it in.
No, you're not.
I'm glad.
No, you're
I'm
not.
glad we're just not going to get any more of the double interviews.
No, you're not.
Brilliant.
So,
You think there is more pressure in Nazi, aye?
Aye, definitely, mate.
aye. Both teams have had a.
That comes
a
for the
bad
fans,
start.
but as well, the fans demand.
Yeah.
I played there. They demand that you win every game. There is a pressure, so they've got to. And we're talking about third place. No, we're talking about Hibs. We brought them into the equation. That's where Hearts have got to finish. Don't get third.
The thing is, they've not got away. Hibs got away with it last year with the inconsistency of going on, losing 4 or 5 in a row, winning 3, 4 in a row. I don't think anybody will get away with it this year. I think Motherwell and St Mirren, who we're going to go into, will be consistent. I think Kilmarnock will be consistent.
Down to
I
their
don't think
managers.
you'll get away with being 11 points behind and get yourself in there and get yourself into Europe. So we've spoke about Hibs. Hearts and Aberdeen
2 rookie managers.
obviously aren't going to this weekend.
And it's 2
Have to
rookie
start
managers
winning
that are in
games.
charge. At the end of the day, I mean, again, all right, we're looking at Kettlewell at Motherwell. Still a young guy, but obviously this time at Ross County he's doing well. But Robinson at St Mirren,
It's a great
he's
shout
an
for him.
experienced manager,
said-
isn't he? But with the Hearts and Aberdeen, you look at the 2 managers, there are 2 managers that have not got a lot of experience. And that's quite surprising.
So here's a question for you, and I want you to be completely honest here. Have Motherwell, St Mirren and Kilmarnock got better managers than Hearts and Aberdeen right now?
Aye.
I would say so.
100%.
Aye. Oh, it was Kilmarnock. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Kilmarnock under Derek McInnes. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Aye, of course.
They've got, obviously,
Aye.
as Derek says,
I mean,
net
you can see a Derek.
net experience behind them and experience, crucially, of failure. Because every manager has had good spells out of the A3. They've had good spells, but they've ultimately failed
Do you
somewhere.
think Dale
along the line.
McInnes has had a history of failure?
No, I never said a history. He's had failure in his managerial career for him. You know, when he done to Bristol, when you lose your job, there's an element of failure.
Yeah,
there.
I get what you're saying. aye.
If you look at the bigger picture, you would say success. Kettlewell at Ross County gets him into the Premier League. Overall success, but ends poorly. So he's had the experience of something didn't work. So he's had time to reflect on it. Stephen Robinson goes into Oldham, doesn't work. For him, I know you met him the other day, what he brought to that club, for him, the bigger picture would have been successful. Ultimately loses his job, goes to Motherwell, third, third place finish, 2 cup finals, bringing through youth players, making the club loads of money.
Getting rid of all the older
ultimately,
players.
at the end, there's failure. Getting rid of the older players that had no legs and couldn't just kick about 100 yards at a pick. Ultimately, at the end, it ends on a failure. So there's a reflection period. Derek McInnes, Stuart Kettlewell, Stephen Robinson have had that. Stephen A. Smith and Barry Robson need to figure that out right now. They've not had that failure, that time to reflect. They need to figure that out right now.
But all three of them, like you said, have all had a degree of success.
I would say they've been successful managers. Overall.
And the honeymoon period's there for the two of them.
Yeah.
For
Probably the
Naismith.
wrong choice of word, failure, but if something goes wrong along the line where you lose your job, so you have to then reflect and say, right, how do I get better for that experience? And I think the three of them have done it. Stuart Kettlewell's been sensational. He really has for Motherwell.
So see on that, will that experience that these teams have got, will that give them a better chance than Hearts and Aberdeen of finishing third? Or do you think there's no way that these sort of teams, Motherwell, St Mirren, Kilmarnock, can challenge for third?
I think it means that they need to up their game because you don't want to be 10, 11, 12, 13 points behind at any one time, because you can't just rely on, right, we've got the best squad, we should be there. You don't get anything because you should be. You have to go and earn it. So Hearts and Aberdeen, look, they've had the European games where they've been up and down, and that has taken priority. As much as people don't want to hear it, it's taken priority because Aberdeen want to get in the Europa League and Hearts want to stay in Europe. Everybody wants to play in Europe. So it has to, it takes away from what you're trying to do in the league, and if you get through, then people go, well, look, at least you've got that and you need to balance them two. For Hearts now, they've got the league, in the league only. They need to concentrate on winning games and making sure they finish third. The pressure is on Hearts and Aberdeen more than anybody this season to finish third.
And they two managers, Kettlewell and Robinson, they get the maximum out of what they've got out of their players. And you look at the other two, the Hearts Aberdeen managers, they're not at the minute. So they've got to start dragging that out of the players. So they have. But that's what Motherwell and St Mirren, their managers, that's what they're doing because it's clear to see that Hearts and Aberdeen have got better squads, they've got better players. They have. Yeah. But you look at, and the refreshing thing is with Kettlewell, he's promoted the youth. He's got belief in the boys. Robinson, you look at how fit they are, how well organised, the passion that he shows. He drags every ounce out of them, and you feel that when you watch the games. See, when you watch Robinson, not so much Stuart's a wee bit different, a wee bit more control, but you watch, he lives and kicks every ball. So he does, Robinson, and that feeds on to players. But at the minute, this is where the Hearts and Aberdeen managers, they've got to get that out. Because have they got the experience to do that? Have they? It's a great problem. It's a great example you bring out about the disappointments, because you learn from that. Yeah. Because with Stuart, did a reflection, works in the media and all that, but then he's went back in a better manager. These guys are they're novices.
Hearts and Aberdeen have got a better squad, but would you agree that Motherwell and St Mirren and Kilmarnock have got more an identity?
Aye, Kilmarnock have. Definitely at the minute, under. He's bought well, Derek. He's got a style of play. That's it. You can see that with Motherwell. We can see it with St Mirren.
That's what I'm saying. All three of them have got an identity.
That style of play. Yeah. Hearts, Aberdeen. Maybe I don't know
if that's see enough at Aberdeen.
I don't know. I think Aberdeen have, and I'm talking about the reflection for a manager. Robbo went in last year and got them to finish third. Incredible achievement. Got them organised, made them hard to beat, and produced obviously good football in terms of their attacking play with Duke and Miofsky. Hearts, the same when Nazy came in, although results haven't really improved. And I have to say, their performances this season have been poor as well. They are trying to get the ball forward quicker. You try to use, Shanklin, Boyce has come back. Hearts have got a big problem in the midfield. I've spoken about this before. They've got a big problem in midfield, and they have to figure out a way to get the balance in there, because if you're playing Boyce and Shanklin up front, one off the other, whatever it is, and you're asking one of them to maybe drop on a deep line midfielder, you need to have specialists in that midfield. You can't just keep putting a left back in there and hope you'll get away with it at some point, but you need to have a solid midfield to allow Boyce and Shanklin to go and win you the game, because you would say to Boyce, who's mostly done it, come on the
Deep line,
other side of the deep line. Don't pick him up. Come to block him for getting on it. You're no then chasing him about, because then ultimately you're just playing midfield.
Yeah.
So get in a position where you can stop the supply so that we can go and win it and use you on the other side, where he's thinking, the defensive midfielder's thinking, if I lose it here, he's that side and I can't get back to him. Then you're getting centre-back's a problem. Do they come out? Do they stay? But you have to have that base in the midfield to allow these players to go and play. And at the minute, Hearts don't have it.
That was an absolute masterclass.
It's
and I've not said that.
Benengi, mate, how's he? Is he coming
He
back?
played in the, I think it was Rosenborg away, and he looked miles off it.
Aye, I
He
knew
looked
that.
miles off it.
He looked like a Starford, didn't he, before he got injured?
Well, I think they've got the players, they've got Benengi and Harry that can do that.
Aye, to come back in there.
They just don't have them now, so that has to be sorted. But look, there has been a lot of noise about Hearts, and is it Frankie McAvoy, is it Stephen A. Smith? Stephen A. Smith's the head coach now, so there's none of that noise, none of that confusion. Know that I think people knew Nazy was in charge.
Yeah.
They were looking for a way around, the UEFA rules, but Nazy's now in charge. He needs to get the message that he showed in wee spells towards the end of the season last year across to the players about playing on the front foot, getting the ball forward, creating opportunities for Boyce and Shankland. If you've got them in your team, you've always got a chance, but you have to give them supply.
What did you think of your interview with your wee mate Robinson? Good, wasn't
He was excellent, aye, but I was a fucking disgrace to myself. Fucking disgrace.
he? No, you weren't,
What was
mate.
it? What
Fucking
interview?
disgrace.
You get the best out of people, mate.
No.
You do.
I've got an issue, I've had it for a couple of years, where my head goes totally blank, and it seems to be when every time a manager comes to interview, it just seems to happen. And the wee man facing me, Robbo, was just staring at me at times, wasn't he?
Can I ask you?
Can't you just take it in though, and you're so engrossed in what's been said to you that you're no thinking about what you're going to ask?
I wish that's what it was.
What was it? What was the part that you liked to missed about what he said? From a coaching point of view. Can you remember now? It was a while ago we done it, wasn't it?
I just went blank again. I actually I don't want to go into it because it's no bad at all. If anybody knows about stuff, brain fog, can you get back to me? It's been a problem I've been dealing with for the last 3 years. I've been going to doctors, they don't know what it is.
You've not had your well thing today, and you didn't have it that day. See if you had that,
Thank
you'd
God,
have
I
right
read
on
it
it.
for it,
that's why.
You'd have been all over it.
It opens up.
That is what it is. It's to combat brain fog, innit?
I'm telling
Well
you,
thing.
that's why we brought it out. But
Aye.
I don't know what's. I've never ever seen a problem with this in my puff.
Not puff.
No, but honestly, there's certain things in the last 2.5 years, there's this thing clouding around my head, and I cannot shift it. Now, other times, it's easy as off. I can still feel it slightly. The new, it's still, you can feel it creeping about. Other times, it just takes air completely. And in my head, I'm floundering to get words out. But what's coming out when I say it isn't what I'm meant to say.
That's why we love you, mate.
No, but when you're saying it like the one with Stevie Robbins, it probably get cut. When I said something, and the end of the sentence was at the start, and I seen him
Oh,
looking
mate, who cares?
You dick out.
Who cares, mate? We can all sit and watch boring interviews, innit? That's why you're different.
No, but
Do you actually get water in that, but you just can't?
He's not
not
drinking
in
it.
that.
He's got a squash banana in it.
Aye,
He's got a sausage supper in it.
you can't eat that now.
so if anybody's watching,
Mate, but why do you want to be like everybody else?
no, it's not.
you wanna know
I ain't
me?
like anything else.
That's why it's enjoyable.
I ain't like anything else. But
You're enjoying me, I'm
I want to be
enjoyable to
sharp, I
watch.
want to be sharp, I want to be fresh.
Cannabis
Why
oil.
is that?
You
No,
need
but see when
cannabis
I'm,
oil.
See when I'm just flat and plumped.
It does, you need cannabis oil. I'm telling you.
Cannabis oil.
We do it.
It does. That's what you need. I'm telling
He's
you.
like,
Dr. Ferguson's
In your ears, though, in your ears,
Dr. Ferguson is prescribing cannabis oil.
We've done it
Get
for
on
friends.
it.
I've done it for years.
You've
We are
done it.
Big on to the cannabis oil. Aye.
Let's play this
There you
out
go.
as in you are his doctor. So he's walked in your
Dr.
office, right? Let's go. What would you say to him?
Oh, well, what he's described there, by the way, that's simple, mate.
Cannabis oil.
Cannabis oil. And a wee fag, you know.
It's not the 70s, the doctors don't say that anymore.
But that's what I think that would
But my word, I'm
sort yourself
trying to
out.
get an appointment for doctors. My word, they fight
Oh,
me with
God.
the secretary.
It's wild,
my
isn't it? I
God.
didn't go to doctors.
No wonder you can't get an
Where'd you
appointment.
go to?
Didn't go dentist or doctors.
Well, that was something.
Then I just
Angry?
dropped dead, mate.
Well, there's no chance anyway.
I've not been to a dentist or a
Secretary will
doctor for about 10 years.
Do you
Since I left
do you
Celtic.
take supplements and all that?
No.
No.
But they
So
only,
you need to take your oil.
Red wine.
He
mate.
just doesn't eat
Red
and goes
wine.
for, at any time he has anything, he just goes for a 10k
Okay,
run.
run.
Your
See, if
mind-
you run every day, mate, you'll never need to go to the doctors.
your mind is mad, though, innit?
Have you what? Have you run
You run every day, you'll never need to go. I've not been to the doctor, sir. I'm telling you, mate. I've not even got a GP.
You've no?
No.
No, but you.
There, but you.
Huh?
You're so you're
You're young
brain works
anyway, you
different.
know what you're. What age are
I've
you?
not been. If I get a cold and that every now and again, COVID don't do it, but I've not had anything. Touch wood.
If you have a drink at night,
By the way, I agree with red wine. Red wine's good for
You
you.
red wine at
He'll
10.
go-
10k every day and a red wine at night, you're fucking sorted, mate.
Antioxidant, red wine.
Very good.
Good for that.
Is it? There you go, then,
Get
mate.
your oil.
How's your secretaries with you? No, you used to. You phone the doctors up, try to get an appointment.
I don't do it. Carol does it.
Aye, I don't do either.
I just nip round.
I don't really go to the doctor.
Doctors,
Do you not either?
load of shite, mate.
I went to doctors every second day. Every second day I'm up there.
You watch Holby City on repeat as well, don't you?
That's how you can't get an appointment.
Holby
Oh,
City,
no,
casualty.
It's the Slanes again. Who is it? That's Paul the day.
The doctor's like, is it his head again?
It's the brain fog. Don't tell me, brain fog. Before he picks it up. The false lane bingo.
See
Brain fog.
what you're saying, to see if you were rubbish at interviewing, why would Glenn's vodcast get a date again this year after last year?
No, it's just I said to you in the morning on the way home about for open goal. I just want the best of quality, and that role I think is going to be you, mate, because you're just a genius.
This is you. See what we spoke about
I
when you
couldn't do it without you, mate.
about the ball diagonal coming to you and
The
you're
left
going
back, I was
and it's
thinking
hitting
about
me.
that.
Maybe
This is what you're
That's the
saying.
same thing.
Maybe it was brain fog back in the day.
But you're you're overthinking it. Just be yourself.
You need
And
to
see if
see
you're a
I don't know
question
who that
shit,
is,
who
mate.
cares?
No,
Imagine the
who
Celtic
cares?
club doctor watching that out the window and then that, and he opens the window, he's like, he's got that fucking brain fog, get him up here, come here.
You need a psychiatrist, I know.
The Celtic doctor had his own doctor because he's fed up with him saying,
Is that him again?
it's brain fog. You get in for brain fog?
No, but
Yeah.
the other day I'm sitting on the loudspeaker. Ma's that side and my dad's that side. I'm on the
Doing what?
loudspeaker. It's like, no, it's
Is it?
To the doctor.
to the secretary. I'm saying, can I get an appointment with the doctor? And she went, what's wrong? Yes, I'm not telling you about the doctor, appointment with the doctor. She's wanting me to openly tell my problem.
Aye,
I'm not doing that.
Ah, receptionist
And
there,
I
you're
did
right.
tell her. I did tell her.
What was it? What was it?
Brain fog. She was like, nah. Not heard it before.
Foggy brain.
So we're having a bad time. All right.
Have you all got the same doctor?
Aye, with Sandyford surgery. There's another Sandyford, but it's not that one. It's not that Sandyford. It's not that one. But no, I think we've got to, listen, I know that at the moment it's the NHS are going through a lot of problems and stuff, so I'm not going to bash people, but
You've done it, mate. Too late.
too late, far too late.
Didn't ask to be taken, didn't ask to get that taken out either.
No, but it's just, I think
they've got problems, see, because people keep phoning up and saying, I need to see a doctor. What's wrong with you? I'm not telling you.
that is weird. I do phone them every fucking day.
Some days he's like to me, just drop me off at the doctor's, and I was like, have you got an appointment? He's like, nah, I'll just walk in.
I walk out and try to get an appointment. I always, I think it's important you always check your body. Always. Every time, as soon as I
Check
feel
what?
something, I'm up there.
Why, you're thinking about it too much?
No,
You're
I'm-
looking for something.
See, if there's someone on your body will tell you, mate.
You're looking for
As soon
something.
as I
You're
feel
looking for
something, I'm
something.
phoning them.
Hypochondriac, mate.
Aye.
Keep the running up, then you'll stop phoning the doctor.
Definitely. So watch it though, Stephen Robinson. I really enjoyed speaking to him.
I have no.
So you obviously watched it, mate.
I
Cut
watched, I didn't watch the full thing.
Not happy with that.
No.
I get bored.
Did you?
Where did you interview him? Whereabouts?
St Man training
You've probably
ground.
heard
Was it
about
at
that
the
before,
training
right?
ground?
Yeah.
It was one of the questions. After that, came out rang. I just thought,
See, talking about
Do you remember that time at Motherwell?
aye. He came in, look, he was the coach before he went, he came in with Ian Barakoff, he was the coach before he went and took the Oldham job. And then he came back as a coach, and then Mark McGee got sacked and he came in as manager. And he did, you could tell, look, he'd made the decision to get rid of the older players, and you could tell straight away that that's what he wanted to do. Whether it was right or wrong, I think that, he'll go on to say that he was proved right, because ultimately he got to build his own team, and you can't argue with that. You can't argue with that. No one is dismissive. I can't look at what you've done before. I have to look at what you can do for me now. And if you can't fit into how he wanted to play, you need to move them on. And he did that. He mentioned that he got Hammy the job as academy manager, Lazzie's assistant, and Big Mick got the under 18s. I get booted out the door. I get fuck all, but I'm only kidding. He's right. I wanted to keep playing. I wanted to keep playing, and it worked for him. because he got to bring in the players that he wanted to play a style that he wanted to play. Very organised as a coach, very demanding as a coach, and he goes through everything. It's no surprise to me that he can get his team, as you say, fighting for him. You see him
high energy
kicking
and all,
every
innit?
ball because he is really demanding. And it was I think that the way he described it, it was shit a bus for him. It really was, because he'd left he had a good job at Motherwell before he left, to go on his own at Oldham. It didn't work. It didn't work for him. For whatever reason, whatever happened at the club, I don't know, maybe it was, that's what he needed. He needed to have that failure, as I said, to get that experience. So coming back and taking the job was a huge risk for him, because he had to be successful in that job, or else he'd have been back to being an assistant
Manager,
which clearly didn't want to do. He wanted to be a manager. He's got his own ideas in the game. So it was a big time for him, but it shows you that he was clear on what he wanted, and he got what he wanted, because he felt that's what gave him the best success. And you have to be ruthless as a manager. Of course you have to show compassion, but you have to be ruthless. He done that. He got success, and now he's doing a fantastic job at St Mirren. So no, I do remember it was a bad time for me, because my team was struggling, and it looked like we were flirting with relegation. So it wasn't a great end. And look, I wanted to keep playing, but I couldn't have played in. Get the ball forward,
high intensity,
when the ball comes back, put it forward again, pick up the second balls, and just run. That was the football that he played. Yeah. At that point, got the evolution with the young players, as he touched on: Turnbull, Hasty, Campbell, Cads, James Scott, and the style totally changed for that point.
He says he never got asked about the Hibs job. He used to surprised that Hibs never got in contact with him.
Strange, because listening to the guy last night who one of the executives at Hibs said that they had spoke to about 8 managers. So how would think him would be in that sort of shortlist? It's very strange, isn't it?
God,
very strange.
Yep.
Definitely. He can't come out and say his manager.
Oh, do you think there would
I'm not saying he spoke to them, but the agent would 100% spoke to Hibs.
Aye.
So you think there would have been in contact with Stephen Robinson?
I don't know if the agent would have been in contact with Hibs, or Hibs would have been in contact
Surely
with
he's taking the Hibs job now if he gets
maybe
stuff.
Hibs said no, they didn't want him. Maybe Hibs wanted to go.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Are you surprised that Hibs never went for a Stephen Robinson then?
No, because I think he touched on it, his style, and what people label his style as.
Style is, yeah.
So when you've got that tag of, you're long ball, you're hard work, you're organised, and I know that he says that they're no like that, and maybe this year they're no, but they were last year. They can say whatever he wants, whether they were kicking it for the goalie or kicking for the centre back.
I thought
they played long balls. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying we get the ball forward and we play no possession half. If you're not going to build up, everybody has to play for the back. I know that's the way you want to play, and you're so set on your ways, but you can get it forward and play in that area. They've got good, but what he's done is got the best out of his players. So you get caught up a wee bit in style, because sometimes managers just use what they've got, and if it works, when they lose a player, they bring in somebody similar, because there's no as much integration. If you've got to bring in, a player that wants to take the ball for the back and take risks when the rest of the team don't want you taking risks, it's not going to bringing them in.
Exactly.
So they brings in players.
It needs to be everyone that's on the same page.
So what was he like as a guy?
I liked him, aye.
Really good.
So there you go, right away, and that's what the players need to like the manager as well to get the maximum out of him. Is that what he's like? Is he a likeable fella? Is he like something?
It's different because he was an assistant and all the players knew him. And when you're an assistant to a manager, you need to be different. So I think early went quite hard on being hard, if you know what I mean. He was always demanding as an assistant.
Aye, but
you're the manager, so you've got a different relationship to an assistant manager as you do to a manager. I think he was aware that because there was good experienced players in there, he had to be different. So I don't know what he's like.
I just think some guys have either got that, they've no that kind of likability factor. And I played under some managers that were hard, worked to arse off you, but you liked them. There's something, just something about them. And that's what it get that wee extra.
I think you either need to like them or believe them.
Aye, that
you don't need. If a good manager's good, you don't need to like him. You just need to believe him.
That's like the Cannon, we hated him, but you believed him.
So you don't.
It's a bit of everything, though, that
You need to, you need
charisma.
to
There's
show,
just something
he needs
about
to show he's
people.
good.
Some people are just, some have got it, some haven't.
Aye.
I couldn't believe how little sort of staff they had and the amount of work
Aye.
he done himself.
Does an analysis in it as well,
Some
doesn't he?
going that.
But also, St Mirren as a club, first club, fed us,
That was a lovely
coffees.
touch, wasn't it? Let me speak to the doctor, no, didn't he?
You spoke to the doctor, he resigned after it, didn't he? He resigned the next day.
Aye,
So
he won.
Club doctors.
Is the doctor here? No. So he says you're the doctor, I'm not a doctor. No, me.
So you were well looked after.
really well looked
There you
after, so
go.
big thanks to St Mirren.
That tells you
Was that
everything.
Laz? Was Laz serving you?
No, Laz
Oh,
wasn't there.
it was Brian Kerr.
Brian Kerr.
Tells you everything.
Alan
About a
Manis,
club,
Craig
aye.
McLeish, sat and had a chat with
But
him.
there were a
Good.
lot, he made sure of it though.
Quite a lot of staff
The
you've
gaffer made
mentioned there.
sure that the
I thought
flood
there were a lot of
reserved for
staff.
after
I think
it.
they're
Well,
youth, the youth teams on there.
Just named about 5 members of
I
staff.
think they did it.
No the manager, no the assistant.
What won it? Celtic, mate.
Aye. I think after that massive result for Celtic, I can just see them steamrolling ahead in the league now. I think Hattati's back, which is so important, isn't it?
It's Carter Vickers.
No, not yet. He's still a bit of
Your
a...
doctor's looking at him, isn't he?
He's talking to me now. Aye.
He's in
Painful.
the waiting room, still trying to get seen.
So Hattati back's just the one for me. I think that's an area of the park that it's actually it's his quality brings Hattati, that power. So him come back's massive. And as I said, I think Celtic go steamrolling ahead now.
Are you looking forward to seeing some new signings? Who are you looking forward to seeing? Palmer?
Aye, because I still don't think Abad has been convincing this season so far. Made that I thought was outstanding against Rangers. So I'd like to see this boy.
Phillips
Palmer.
looks like he's going to play as well.
So I was going to ask you, do you think he'll come in?
Well, there was a lot made of him yesterday in the press on it, so I'd imagine it's because he's playing.
A bit harsh though, wasn't it, after the performance they two put in.
You're talking about European squads there. Did you see that? Is it Naroki? Is it am I said that wrong?
No,
He's
no.
been left at the European squad.
Navrotsky.
Navrotsky,
No
been
way.
left at
He's
I don't know.
injured.
Must be a serious injury. Because that was a bit of, that's right, isn't it? He's been left at the European squad, which was a bit of a surprise to us.
Must be an injury.
So you going the same team? The same team as played against Rangers?
Well, they started that. I mean, obviously the Champions League's on the Tuesday night, innit? So, or we try to get maybe an hour out of him, try to get minutes into his legs before that. He'll certainly play the Champions League. Probably run about similar same team.
Do you know he'd need to play then?
Would you,
Like a wee bit.
would you say that? So if you wanted to play in the Champions League, would you want to get him some minutes?
Definitely.
Starting minutes or
No,
last
starting
How long has he
minutes.
been out? How long has he been out for?
Nat Phillips.
No, sorry, I'm talking
I
about
thought
Hattati.
Hattati.
Oh, Hattati.
How long has he been out
Aberdeen
for?
game he came off.
No, I was
Well,
talking
you
about
need to-
Phillips, sorry.
Oh, were you? Right, I'm a bit confused.
I think with Hattati's obviously. I don't think it's important to get as important to get the
No,
minutes.
he'd
I
be the
think
type
for
that could
Phillips
just jump
it's
in and
important to
out.
get the minutes
Aye, you need to bed him in.
to go and play in that game because I know they done well, but you wouldn't ideally be wanting to go in with that pairing into the first Champions League game, would you?
Did Dundee take a wee bit of belief for the St Johnstone result a couple of weeks ago, Derek? Is that what they look at as a blueprint?
Of course they will, but again, it's a game. It's they can go and in a strange way enjoy because nothing expected, so they can obviously they'll go and the manager will have them set up, but within that, it's a challenge, isn't it? And they'll look at St Johnstone result, and that's where they'll get a wee bit of confidence, a wee bit of belief, but that's where it all will be. Because I just think it'll be a Celtic side that will kick on. I think you're right, by the way. And they'll get players to bring in. That's the beauty of it, and they'll get stronger. But and as much as Dundee will come and make it hard for them, I just see them. I see Celtic. I can see Celtic steamrolling.
Don't play for Japan. And Maida don't start for them. It's mad, isn't it? The level they're at now.
Who's playing ahead of them? What sort of
They
leagues are the guys
beat
playing?
Germany 4-1.
I know. And if he gets sacked, Flick gets sacked right after.
You said he was the best manager in the world.
I
Flick?
bet Joachim Low
His
won the World Cup
record's
and they
not
get rid
good.
of him. There's problems in there.
So do you say it's made the infrastructure the
The structure of Germany, aye. But with the...
Francie Flick was a technical director as well.
Flick's record's poor, isn't it?
Aye.
You see that?
I think Germany they've been through a spell where no
you
the
say?
managers
Shocking, you're right.
player wise they're no maybe producing. They still get obviously good players, but top level, top players, strikers anyway.
Should I hear a bombshell?
It's the lack of ball sniffing, I think, has done him.
Go and bring it back.
He needs to start sniffing his balls again.
Should I hear a bombshell who keeps Keel go at the team? A striker that plays with Feyenoord. He's going to keep it for Monday, but
What's that?
that's
What's
a
his
wee
name?
insight.
There's a wee,
That's
there's a wee sniffer what's
And he
supposed to
doesn't
come.
get a game for Feyenoord.
What's his
They
name?
just signed him in the summer. and their big striker Jimenez is just out of this planet. But this boy who comes on, he's keeping cool, got the team in house, so that's just a wee bit you'll see on Monday.
Can't wait for it, mate. What part of the show you want to do that on Monday? Start right at the start, we'll just go right in it.
Show. I think it needs a
Why don't we do that? It's a good show.
No, I get you, man. I like where you're going with that, but I think what you're going to do on Monday, we'll set it up as in we're going to go where, team. So I'll be starting.
Alright, aye.
But don't know where you'll put me.
Suit. I think you should wear a Monday Night Football suit.
Aye, the suit on.
An iPad
And that, but make sure it's not just like, I want it, you see, like the camera needs to walk out to me. Do you know what I mean?
So have you got like clips in that, or is it just got to be a tactics board?
Just the board.
Aye.
And they'll be moving about. And I'll have the names, I'll have all the names.
Are we moving about?
Aye, so listen, Monday, be prepared.
He's not turning up Monday.
Nah, he's not.
He's doctor's appointment. Because you're putting pressure on yourself. Aren't you?
You're not going to sleep all weekend.
That's like that ball for the left back. It's the pressure's just going to... Sunday night you're going to have a nightmare. Aren't you? You're going to
I'll tell you who else I'm going to go for.
What a performance you've had today, wee man. Oh, right. Based on what?
Monday sitting on that radio. Didn't seem to turn up for us.
Beaver Sunday thought it'd be fair.
So,
How was he doing Sunday?
He was in Mallorca with his missus.
Right, boys, we're on to the curtain.
Take it away. This is your...
Faddy, I'm going to come with you today.
You're going to come, Mum? The same time?
Big hanging, mate. You come for hours with that.
Shut up.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
I wish.
I'm going to go with, this is a crack at the start with, Kelly
yes.
Hibs.
What are you going?
Faddy, Kelly Hibs.
That's a big coup.
I'm going to go...
That's a big one. We need to redeem ourselves.
Kelly.
Why, am I just going to say that I'm going Hibs? Who are you going?
I'm so torn between a draw.
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 I'm going for a draw that game.
Draw.
Right, pick your next one, Paul.
We will go with St Johnstone Rangers.
Rangers.
Away win.
Aye.
Better
Rangers.
performance than Rangers. Yep.
Motherwell St Mirren.
Oh, that's...
Motherwell.
I knew you were
Draw.
going to say...
Draw.
No, I fancy Motherwell.
Do you?
Draw.
Why?
Because they're
Because Stephen Robinson
on
released them.
fire.
Mm-hmm.
They're on fire. I can't believe
So I was
Kettlewell
gonna
going to win
go-
Manager of the Month, if I'm being honest.
Is he no...
Sorry,
See, I'm going with a draw. But I know I keep touching your banana. I need to stop doing that. I don't know. I just see a draw written over that. You're saying they're on fire. I've not saw enough.
Draw.
I don't-
Draw it.
They're joint top of the league. It
I
says
know.
second there. They're joint top.
I know that,
joint
but-
first.
Bad that.
Second's rubbish.
Aye,
joint
bad
first.
that for the producer.
I'm going draw. I'm going to draw.
I don't know who he
We're going
supports.
draw as well.
Draw.
Draw all day. And then, last but not
Tom
least,
Boyd, done it.
Hearts Aberdeen.
That's a toughie.
Aberdeen.
I'm going to go for a
Duke and Miofsky.
Snowfest
Kill
draw.
them. Kill them off.
Draw for me. It's not hard, lads. Just pick a team.
Aberdeen.
You
all
don't
day.
mind eating wings anyway, so just
Nah.
don't put too much thought.
I'm
in it.
gonna go
Plus,
Aberdeen
you
as
don't watch
well.
any of the teams, so
I'm gonna
it
go
doesn't
Aberdeen.
matter.
Right, I'm going to go
that,
Jambos.
Aye, mate.
Aye.
Would
Going
that
to
go a draw?
Jambos.
Draw,
That's a hard.
We may as well
one,
just
mate.
do a 6 now.
Right, if you want, aye.
Ross County, Livy, Ross County.
Draw. That's a draw day, that.
Ross County. Aye. I'm going to go Ross County. Aye.
I'll go Ross County. I think it.
Dave.
Nah, I'm going to go a draw. Change to a draw.
And then Celtic, Dundee, Celtic.
Celtic.
Aye, easy peasy.
Aye.
Whose turn is it today for the food?
Derek's
Mine.
in it.
Back on to me. Back to me.
You come today?
You coming today?
Oh, I've got my granddaughter.
Sick of that granddaughter, mate.
Yeah. I'm
She needs
no.
to go.
I'm
She
no.
needs to go.
When we
Bring her, mate. Bring her for her own square.
Might
So
do
yeah.
that. Might get Carol to bring her down. She wasn't well. Actually,
You sit in the motor with the granddaughter and Carol can sit with us three.
She wasn't well fairly in the week, so she's picked up. So
Who's that wee?
be late.
We like that.
Be late. My mum and dad's come down today, so I normally go up to see them, but my mum and dad's come down, so I'm going to go up the road and see them. Get on that oil, mate. Telling you.
Thanks, lads.